All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day number 4 for the Lenovo Tech World India Edition presents dynamic duos for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. We had a total of 100 teams and now we are down to only 8 teams, out of which 4 teams will be having a chance to head off towards the Delhi LAN event. It's going to be an amazing one to look at, folks. But yeah, let's take a look at the format itself. Like we said, a total of 100 teams competing in a single elims online qualifiers. We already had that all the way from day 1 to day 3, and now we are here to determine who will be that 4 lucky team to be in that offline event in Delhi. I'm your cast for today, Baba Gusta. Alongside, I have my co-caster Aggressive. And I've got to
Of
say, the prize
course.
pool of 50,000 INR, this is going to be an amazing matchup here, folks.
Everyone is pretty much in closing distance for this prize pool. 8 teams, 16 players. They're now here to duke it off against one another. Who can make it big? Who will not be able to make that mark? We're going to be finding that out soon enough. But you got to remember, we were having constant BO1s through the first couple of days. Now is where everyone has a little bit of a safety net because it's a best of 3. In a best of 3, your consistency will be tested. You can't just be gods in a map such as Cobblestone or Short Dust. You need to know how to play the other maps. One of these maps will get picked up, and we do see that Chalice is going to be the map that gets picked up for the first time in this entire tournament. No one wants to go to Lake, no one wants to go to Boyard, but Chalice, Short Dust, and Cobblestone, the trifecta possibly for this entire matchup, because in my eyes, Chalice plays similarly to Short Dust when you think about it.
Yeah, we just have to wait and watch because, like Aggressive said, we haven't seen Chalice being picked a lot, especially in the dynamic duos. But now seeing it for the first time, and just like we talked on day number 3, on even if you do perfect one map, you still need to realize that in the finals and the grand finals is going to be best of 3 and best of 5s. So since this best of 3, you still have a safety net, but you also need to make sure that you have good map awareness and map knowledge towards Chalice, Short Dust, and Cobblestone. So these 3 maps will determine whether which team will have the spot in towards the LAN event, and I'm pretty sure that this will be a good competition and a fierce one of that too. That is for sure, folks. But now we just have to wait and watch. I'm pretty sure that the first map will be on Team Narcos, going on a map like Chalice. So we just have to wait for the knife round to come to an end, the coin toss to determine who will go on first or second. Will it be Team Narcos or will it be the opposition side? We just have to wait. But all in all, I'm just glad to see some newer maps coming in. I mean, we
True.
just we just saw Cobblestone on day 1 and day 3 almost 8 to 9 times, right? And now finally seeing newer maps like Chalice and yeah, I know Short Dust Short Dust and Cobblestone will be the second and deciders match. But let's just head on into our first quarterfinals matchup between Team Wicked Gaming versus Narcos. Chalice will be the first map to start things off. And it's going to be an amazing one to look at here, Aggressive.
I think I've only played this map about once or twice, but Crazy Gamer already has the angle for it. Fired up in a bad spot. Not really the best of position that you want to be in. The shots are better though, coming in from Defaulter from the side, and SK Wow gets shut down. Narcos Gaming not really having the opening that they wanted. Getting caught off guard when you think about it, right? The CTs, especially on this particular map, will always have a very close position to play from. You can easily run on down into a corridor and catch the members of the terrorists off guard if they are not careful about these engagements. Now with the much more powerful weaponry on their side, an SMG on one and a rifle on the other. In gaming, they have a strong suit, and they also have a read on this map. Beautifully done. They're expecting these angles to get peaked, and they're prepared to take that shot.
Yeah, and fired up. Interestingly enough, not making a decision to pick up the C4 really shows that he wants to play the waiting game. But since he's the only one left, he has good information. But Tech 9 is very powerful in close range. On medium range, though, you could still hit one of the players in the head. But it's going to be difficult for Fired Up to secure the kill. Yeah, there you go. Fired Up gets picked out from Crazy Gamers as SMG. You'd normally prefer to have SMGs with high fire rate rather than having weaponry with high damage, but it's always player's preference. If you have high fire rate, then you have maximum amount of chances of winning those important short range gunfights. So round number 3, we will see Wicked Gaming have good amount of utilities. The same thing cannot be said for Team Narco, so they have to rely heavily towards their weaponry. The AK-47s, very powerful on any range at all, even if they have a vest or not. One shot to the head will confirm the kill, but without the help of flashes and grenades, it's difficult for them to gain any information whatsoever.
Oh, this timing is so beautiful. Could have gone for the wraparound, and Crazy Gamer good on the angle, needs to find the shot. The spray is good, deals a lot of damage, but the kill does not occur. Fired Up's gonna be able to get into a much more default position, swing out from the side. The AK is dangerous on these fights. You gotta find that kill, buddy, and SK Wow gets shut down. Turned around in the wrong corner, and good shots coming in from both of the teams. The buddy system from Wicked Gaming is something to behold. They were playing together through the entirety of that phase. They didn't leave each other's side at any moment. And if that is how they're going to be the ones to play through this entire matchup, you know for a fact that Wicked Gaming could easily be one of the best, because we haven't seen a single team that plays like this properly, other than Slow Aimers. But I don't think Slow Aimers were able to make it through from their own qualifier runs.
And also, it was a risky decision that Wicked Gaming took, because they didn't had any defuse kit at that time. So knowing that they have to defuse for a total of 10 seconds clearly shows that Wicked Gaming has the perfect timing to pull off a post plant like that, without any without Team Narcos having any utilities. Now we have Fired Up having only smokes and flashbangs. Would it be more than enough? They're playing it as safe as possible, playing it accordingly with trades. The same thing you could say for Team Wicked Gaming as well. They also have good weapons too. AKs and silencer, very powerful and still powerful at the hands of Crazy Gamer. Now the biggest problem of it all is that it's Fired Up, who still has a utility but decides to drive without using any flashbangs. Not quite sure if it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And Crazy Gamer, without a doubt, will end up securing another round for them, 4-0. And I'm pretty sure that Chalice, Team Narcos, they're getting caught off guard with this new map coming in towards dynamic duos, because like I said, if you are not well versed in those new maps, you're particularly getting caught off guard with especially making plays like this.
Yeah, it's bound to happen. Look at the utility usage as well. The members of Wicked Gaming, they know what the most important parts of the map to hold on to. And because they have that entire corridor under control, so much of the map is under their wraps that, okay, think about it like this. If you hold down the corridor with a buddy system, even if they use a flash, you have a player playing anti-flash, he's ready to just dip out of the corner and then come back in, even if his teammate is flash, get the trade and survive and maybe possibly get another kill. The main reason why they're not playing inside of the site, because they know that Team Narcos don't have a proper setup for it. If they play inside of the site, there's a lot of different angles that they need to clear, yes, but having one portion of the map under control is just such a massive benefit. And the way they're playing together is just even better. Timing is key, and the buddy system is just so good coming out from them. Wicked Gaming, what is this level of teamwork?
Yeah, you'd definitely love to see these kinds of teamwork from Wicked Gaming. The flashes, the smokes whenever they secure a kill, that is good teamwork coming for them, and especially with the amount of information that Wicked Gaming is having with just by those peaks, it clearly shows that Wicked Gaming has a higher chances to put themselves at the grand finals. Or is Fired Up is about to get that kill, and the second one too. Good trade-offs being made from SK Wow. And I'm pretty sure that the first half will be a battle of trade games. The only difference would be the information on who's going to get it first.
Yep. It's all about that first kill. Utility is secondary to most of these players, but looking at the last round of this half, things could be a little bit more interesting. We do see Defaulter being pretty far away from his teammate. They want to take over 2 portions of the map in this round, and this could just catch the members of Team Narcos off guard. They're not prepared for it, and they're expecting a push to come in from Wicked Gaming, but the level of discipline that is being exercised from the counter-terrorists is something appalling. Patience is gonna be good as Fired Up catches Crazy Gamer, who wanted to go in for an aggressive push to gain some information. Patience is key, and with 50 seconds left on the clock, that's more than enough time. You gotta play it slow, you gotta play it smart. That footstep could have given some information away, but they're completely fine about this. Let's go. The shot is gonna be better. Defaulter survives that engagement, and SK Wow does tag him up to very low levels of HP. The bomb is now his, and now just needs to wait this one out and play it smart, but not gonna happen. Fired up had the angle, and a 6-2 scoreline. As Team Narcos, they're still in it to win it when you think about it, Baba. They're not
Hmm.
done just yet, but from the scoreline differential and how well members of Wicked Gaming are playing when they're playing together as a team, it could be difficult for Team Narcos to hold them on the counter terrorist side.
We just have to see the second half of the pistol round to determine whether if Team Narcos could stay alive, or will Wicked Gaming end up securing the lead? The Glock, oh, beautiful dink though. Forcing fired up on 11 HP will force the T side to push very aggressive, but here comes the follow-up from SK Wow. Headshot to remove Crazy Gamer. Another dink from the head
Body
from
shot, body shot.
Defaulter. Removing SK Wow, one body shot. That's more than enough for Defaulter to get the kill. But this short range gunfight,
Okay.
jump peaks, and a headshot will provide Wicked Gaming the huge lead that they wanted, 7-2. Now they have a decision. They could go aggressive with the help of SMGs, or they could just play it safe by bringing in the Galil rifle so that it will be much more powerful in the next future rounds. But turns out they are going to bring it. All right, interesting. AKs from Crazy Gamer and a Galil from Defaulter with a grenade. So once they have the information, they'll just throw a grenade to confirm the kill if they're hiding, and they know exactly where they're hiding with the help of those info. But they also be careful of those short range gunfights where Fired Up is currently holding on. It still has one flashbang, and like I said, the one team that gets the information first will be the one to proceed with this push. So with a span of 50 seconds, Wicked Gaming is currently the one who needs to make this play, and they don't have any smokes to begin with.
Looks to be a pretty interesting scenario though. Positioning wise, they're playing this one quite smart. SK Wow on the back of it with a scout. Maybe he's gonna be able to find a kill, but this a Wicked Gaming. They're not giving him much. A good pixel. Crazy Gamer, and the spray's just even better. Headshots galore for this man. 8-2, and Wicked Gaming, they just have it down to a system. They know how Narcos are playing, and that map advantage is really showing. Wicked Gaming, they chose the perfect map for themselves, and that practice that they put in is really paying off.
Wicked Gaming sure really knows what kind of angles do they need to pick, especially on the side. You'd never expect to see, Crazy Gamer just peeking in towards the side where, it's just an unexpected side to be in. And I
Yep.
like to see that Wicked Gaming are, just trying to confirm the kill first and then proceed to be on the site, more than just heading directly towards the A side and proceed with post plant. So they're taking their sweet time, and once the timer reaches down to 40 or 35 seconds, that is exactly where they'll make a move, and Team Narcos knows this. So instead of going the aggressive part, Narcos decides to be much more in a passive state, and maybe we could see fired up, maybe flanking right from behind. There you go, an important kill,
Nice
instantly being traded
shots.
out. But Crazy Gamer still has the advantage. He doesn't have the info though. Oh, SK, wow. Definitely applies the wow element for Team Narcos. They will survive one more round, gets themselves a free AK in their hands, and an M4 at that too. So for the side of Wicked Gaming, only AKs, no utilities, which means that they're going to go guns blazing, and I feel that they have information. Defaulter has taken a lot of damage, but he doesn't care. He gets the kill and fired up.
Ooh,
Well, he's been
nice
fired
shot.
up from Wicked Gaming. 9-3, shitless at the hands of Team Wicked Gaming. Would you look at that, folks? Map number 1 completed, and now it's up to the standard maps, Shot Dust and Cobblestone, to determine the fate of the opposition team. What is going to happen? I've got to say, Chalice, you could feel that, Team Wicked Gaming had such great knowledge and map awareness of it, even though that we didn't get to see a lot of how can I call this, smoke spots. the smoke lineups that we see from Chalice. It was more of like who gets the info first, and once we get the info, would we go in for a flash up, or would we just hold our ground and let the T side to enter towards the side? I mean, usually CTs, they just have to wait for the T side to force the CTs to put themselves on a post plan situation in which they played it safe. There were some major rounds where we did get to see Wicked Gaming go aggressive, and they actually did kind of pay the price. But all in all, Chalice, you know, just like we talked about, even though if you're heavily focused on Cobblestone and Short Dust, you still need to have good, a practice towards the other maps as well. Lake, Chalice,
Mhm.
and Boyard in best of five, although only one map will be banned, you still need to focus on Chalice and Boyard. That's what I'm trying to say here,
You
folks.
need to. You need to.
Yep.
Lake is possibly one of the best maps for Rat Syndicate, and they're
Hmm.
still here. They're in the running. You can't forget about that team. We're not going to be streaming their matches today, but I can pretty much guarantee you they should be the ones to make it through over to the grand finals. They have the markings of a top four team, and when you have a player like Paradox on your side who can easily be that X factor in your team, with Sway giving the support, giving the backup, both of them make a really good dynamic duo, which is kind of the case here when it comes down to the tournament name. I love the way each and every one of these teams are starting to shape up. We can see very vastly different playstyles coming out from each and every squad, and that's what's really giving a lot of these teams that level of edge. That's why Wingman differentiates from a usual 5v5, because in a 5v5 scenario, you always have teams that are playing very similarly with only a couple of things changing. But in dynamic duos, and of course, Wingman, it's vastly different. You can see it from the scorecards as well. Tracy Gamer going on 13 and 4, Defaulter on 8 and 4. The thing is, both of them just played off of each other so perfectly. They played for the teamwork, they played for the buddy system instead of opting for map control. While for other teams, for example, in this case, Team Narcos, they wanted much more map control, so they spread themselves out. And they suffered for it as well in certain scenarios. They tried to play the buddy system, but it wasn't working out for them. During the rounds they opted for map control, it was a little bit better. The scoreline does not really bode well for Team Narcos, but I do believe they have a chance to make things a little bit better on a map they're more familiar with. Because with Short Dust now coming around the corner, and we're not going to be taking a break on this one, we're going to be
Hmm.
jumping straight on in. Short Dust should be their map, because here, playing the buddy system is extremely important, but if you have small portions of the map under wraps, you should be fine.
Yep. And since this is D Dust 1, not D Dust 2, Short Dust will at least be an easier, should be an easier access towards the side. Maybe we could see a lot of SMGs being played from either Wicked Gaming side or from Team Narcos. But, from Short Dust, if you have mid control, then you can just immediately cancel out any rotates being made from the CT side. So, for Team Narcos, currently they're the ones who's going to be feeling a little bit of a major disadvantage because it's a best of three. Map number one, map Chalice definitely didn't work out well from their end, and Team Narcos will be facing a bit of a problems on map number two if they lose the matchup because
True.
it's their ticket to get on the line event. It's the best of
Hmm.
three. So if Narcos do secure on a map like Short Dust, Cobblestone will be opened up. Cobblestone and Short Dust, highly played competitive maps in a 2v2
True.
wingman competitive. So at this point, what I saw from Team Narcos on map Chalice is that they weren't utilizing their utilities a lot, especially on round number three, where I only saw them pick just the AKs and Kevlar armors. No smokes, no flashes, not a grenade or a Molotov to at least, you know, force the CTs to be on one position so that you can cancel out the trades being made from the other. So they could have used the Molotov to, deny that trade. But instead, they decided to go guns blazing. They didn't had info, and since info was king, and Team Narcos failed in that information game, they unfortunately had to lose the entire map. So on map number 2, I'm hoping that we could see them use some flashes, maybe, flashes towards mid, if they do decide to take control of it with the help of a scout, or maybe we could see them play very closely towards the A side with the help of Mac 10s. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. Actually, Mac 10s from the T side. What I meant was the SMGs from the CT's end, which has the highest fire rate, the MP5. So yeah, there we go, folks. Map number 1 at the hands of Wicked Gaming. They're currently in map point. Securing map number 2 will put Wicked Gaming a free ticket to the Delhi's event. So it's going to be an exciting one. But the pistol round, dual Berettas in hand. It's going to be an exciting match. Dual Cat fired up. Oh, headshot to take out Defaulter, and Crazy Gamer left by his lonesome. Once again, T4's been dropped, and so is the second player to Team Narcos. They're looking good in the first round, and for Wicked Gaming, they're going to lose their pistol.
A little bit too antsy on that one. When you're on the terrorist side, when you know that Team Narcos have a better understanding of the map, you'll start to play a little bit more differently. This is where the switch up is going to be coming in, and SK, wow, good positioning coming out from his side. He got from one side, and Tito's not able to find the shots that he needs, and SK, wow, he's just walking away with it. Good first shot over onto the face of Crazy Gamer. He's able to live, and he's looking for the second, but Defaulter good on the frag, but he's not going to be able to capitalize on the second. Fired Up does find the equalization, and he does not have time to pick up that M4. Wasted gun, but at the end of the day, I guess it's fine. Like, come on. They'll be able to live through that one.
On the bright side, maintaining good economy has to be the biggest concern for Team Narcos. And I'm not quite sure the incendiary grenade was exactly where Fired Up was expected to throw. I mean, his main aim was to throw it towards the ladder, exactly where the T side would enter towards. But Wicked Gaming, that mid control so effectively, and that could end up their downfall. Once again, SK, wow, just realizing that the whole side is cleared, and it's been already half a second being used. So it would either be that they're playing passively, or they could be trying, to gain control towards the mid side. And SK, wow, definitely predicted that right. 3-0, and for Wicked Gaming, they are yet to make a response, and maybe they could do it in the bonus round.
You can already see a massive change in the way Narcos are playing. They're playing this so much more smarter and much more tactical. Plus, they're showing a lot more comfort on this particular map. That's the biggest part of it all. Comfortability on a particular map plays a massive role in how well your team will perform throughout a lot of these matchups. Looking to be the case for one shot. Crazy Gamer, good for the first. He's now looking for the secondary. Doesn't really find it, and the spray does not connect. Fired Up, just way better on the trigger. The man just comes in to clean everything up. He has the timing, he has the information, he has absolutely nothing to worry about. Nicely done. Team Narcos, they take 4-0 going up against Wicked Gaming. A vast difference when it came down to the first one.
But now Wicked Gaming just decided enough is enough. Let's just push in all the way towards A side. Let's go aggressive. But turns out Fired Up was just getting started. Never mind. Defaulter just he just puts it back to its default state. Just a minute left. SK Wow needs to provide that wow factor once again for Team Narcos if they need to secure map number 2, Short Dust. He has good utilities though. Molotovs to force the CT side, if the CT side to be in that position, if he has proper information regarding the player's whereabouts. But still, I have to say for SK Wow, he has all the utilities. He has flashes, he has grenades. So once Defaulter makes his move, he's on very low on HP too. He only has 50 HP. It's always about the info, and apparently time's running out. 30 seconds. He has to give away his positioning from the C4. He still has the smoke. Yeah, he still has the smoke. He could go in for a smoke plant, but no, he decides to go in for a kill instead. Only 20 seconds. SK Wow, we might be able to find it. There you go. Intel at the hands of the CTs, and Team Narcos will be in a humongous lead. 5-0. Three more rounds left for the first half to come to an end.
The way that Team Narcos are playing as well, it seems to be they've gotten into the heads of Wicked Gaming. The shots are just not connecting, and SK, wow, he's just being as aggressive as possible. The guy is not letting anything up. He has the timings under check. The Galil, not really the best of weapons that you want in situations like this. Knowing that the bomb's already there, a couple of flashes being thrown, a smoke up as well, and they're utilizing all of their utility down to the T. They know what they need to do. Last player has pretty much also been spotted. Angle around the corner. SKY should have the timing, and the shot is just beautiful too. One shot to the face and another one to the body to finish everything off. 6-0. This Team Narcos, they want to take this down over to the third map. And you can already see that dynamic duos starting off this best of 3. It's pretty good.
7 kills to SK Wow in the first half. He is on points with the shots. The best part about it is that he doesn't even require the AK-47. Oh wow, okay, Narcos going a lot too aggressive. That's his they're definitely gonna pay the price for that. They went too aggressive. They thought that the smokes could have blocked the entire walkway. It turns out they kind of predicted it wrong. Fortunate. For a moment there, I thought Team Narcos were gonna put themselves back up in a 7-0 high lead score count. Turns out Wicked Gaming will follow it back. Some weapons will be brought, some weapons will be present, but Team Narcos, since they have the economy in their hands, if they lose this one round, it shouldn't be much of a problem. You still have the AWP to be in play, but Defaulter removing out SK Wow will give them some hopes and dreams for Wicked Gaming to put themselves back up. Smokes, block plans of side, important, and this could secure post plant. Fired up. All it requires is just a flick, but no, he doesn't have the information. Defaulter might be able to get one step ahead, but fired up. You see that first shot? No, we won't. Defaulter gets him at the right time, ending the first half on a 6-2. Team Narcos, SK Wow, the wow factor for Team Narcos, 7 kills. He's made a lot of work in the first half, and now with the Ecos coming to a reset in second half, and with them being on the side of defense, oh boy, Wicked Gaming, they're at a major disadvantage here once again in map number 2. They're currently facing map point, but for Team Narcos, they can put all the way to the deciders.
Yep. Still a pretty long one when you think about it. There's a good chance that Wicked Gaming can make a turnaround. It all does depend on this pistol run though. If you're able to take this one away, you have that economy to just start building up and get into the heads of Team Narcos. Team Narcos, though, on the other side, are expecting Wicked Gaming to be very aggressive on their first little plight. Not really getting much done here on the first initial bout. Wicked Gaming, they're waiting for this play to come in. Fired up. They already got the plan. This is a post-plan situation you don't want to be in. But Crazy Gamer with the plan gets the timing on XK Wow as soon as he turns around. Timing is everything here. They know exactly where the last player has to be at. Fired up. You need to get this double kill. It won't be that easy to find. Good for the first initial straight. Gets the information. Forces him off the bomb. And it's going to be Defaulter with the trade. Good plays and the buddy system working well for the members of Wicked Gaming. It seems as though the counter-terrorist side is where they play the buddy system the best. And because of their teamwork and communication, they're able to walk through that one unscathed.
I just love the teamwork from Wicked Gaming, especially Defaulter, who was waiting for Crazy Gamer to arrive, just to give that proper information, establishing that proper crossfire, giving not only the perfect information, but also securing a trade of a 1v2. Now we're, Team Narcos, they're currently feeling the pressure now, once again, with rifles only, AK-47 and Galils. Although it's very powerful, they need to make their shots count. And from the CT side, they have 2 grenades, so they could deny the taunt. There you go, 1 grenade will deal minor damage to Fired Up, but he's still alive. 98 damage. Rifle's very powerful on long range gunfights, and SK Wow will find one. There goes Crazy Gamer, and whether Defaulter is just left with just a FAMAS in his hand. Now he needs to realize that Team Narcos are, going with fireworks instead of just using their utilities. Actually, I meant firepower, not fireworks. Again, apologies, but yeah.
Oh, he's saving.
1v2. Yeah, 1v2. I'm pretty sure the Defaulter is going to save. Yeah, he doesn't want to give away. He's going to save his weapon. All right, that's an interesting term coming in from Wicked Gaming and SK Wow. He's just rushing it. He wants to get the kill. Oh no, he's gonna lose one. There goes the Galil, but at least the AK is safe. at the hands of Team Narcos. So they're not going to give Wicked Gaming the AK, but instead they'll have some good utilities from their end. Molotovs
Wait.
and flashes and one smokes.
Oh, wait. I saw the money roll for a second. I was like, wait, why is he buying it from us? Does he have enough for a rifle? Still, the molly is being a little bit overshadowed. Couple of flashes being thrown to get that early bout of information and to just scare off the members of Team Narcos, but they're still holding from this angle. They're not going to give much away. Out of the tunnel side, looking for that first engagement. Crazy Gamer, though, on his crazy flank once more. He's walking his way up towards tunnels. Are the members of Team Narcos expecting this? They're not. One gets caught out. Now with that kill, they are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Where do you go, SK? Well, you need to hit the shots of your life if you want to try and make this one work out. One from the top side, the spray comes in, and Defaulter gets the finishing blow. Nicely done as Team Narcos. They're slowly but surely getting shut down from time to time, but Wicked Gaming, they're losing rounds regardless. They're at 7-4. One more round, and they are at map point.
And can you imagine
tough.
Default saved the FAMAS so that they could win the gunfight, and look at that. Look at the recovery from Wicked Gaming. Another second Molotov. They have the confirmation of the C4. And SK, wow, he only has a Tech 9. They know it's an eco round. Wicked Gaming just
They're just
plays
gonna let him
according to
plan.
its strengths. Yeah, they're just gonna let him plan. There you go. Just normal sprays out. The trays will be. The trade will
No
be
way!
present.
He nearly got it. He
Yep.
nearly got it. He got a dink
nearly
on the
got it from the
defaulter.
Tech 9. Yep. So he was just so close to getting that clutch out, but when it comes to that trade, it's very difficult. I mean, they have AKs, they have the M4 silencer, and up against a Tech 9, who needs to be very precise from the switch that he has to do. The recoil flick, as I'd like to call it. Yeah, it's just major disadvantage though.
This is a position that you really don't want to be in. Wicked Gaming, they have a complete control of the entire site. They're not playing it overly aggressive. The smoke and playing this one smart, but you can't stay in the smoke forever. It will fade within time. That's an angle you do not want to be in, and now Defaulter all on his lonesome to try and get this clutch. He needs to try and find a kill, but I don't think Narcos are going to give him anything. They've cleared out the entire map. They have an inkling of an idea of where he could be playing, and ladder being that final position, they're just going to hold him. They know that Defaulter wants this kill. And if he has the perfect timing, he should be able to find one regardless of whatever happens to him. 20 seconds left. They need to opt for a plant. They're playing this one together, so that is the smart play. A Defaulter, can he go big? Or are we going to be the ones to get sent home?
Defaulter's location is still unknown, so could maybe get away, but his location will be revealed immediately from his foot noises and a flashbang being tossed out from the side. Information, post plant, he's just trying to go in for the fake defuse, but Team Narcos not gonna get away with that. Defaulter sees one, have the second player's info, and that will definitely confuse him. Wicked Gaming was just so on point with their teamwork, establishing crossfire angles in the mid rounds. But now Team Narcos finally understood what was happening from Wicked Gaming's strategy, and they decided to devise a plan that would give themselves in a very major disadvantage. They are in match point. Team Narcos, Crazy Gamer on the other hand, will get one to the wall to take out Fired Up. Both of them low on HP. But SK Wow still has the advantage. Actually, Crazy Gamer still has the advantage. Well, he does not anymore. SK Wow. We will get it, which means that we are going above and beyond, folks. Map number 3 will be unlocked, which will be Cobblestone. The final map to determine which team will proceed into the finals. Now, I've got to admit, Narcos, first half CT round was just absolutely amazing. His plays from the pistols, and I love the teamwork that we saw from the opposition side too, right? I mean, the
Yep.
the timing for Defaulter to wait for Crazy Gamer to arrive right at the crosshairs to establish a kill, and also that the save round from the post round where we did get to see Defaulter save the FAMAS. so that they could have some vital utilities to play to it accordingly. It's just so well done from them,
True,
and
true.
I can't wait to see what Cobblestone is going to offer to them, because there's a lot of long range gunfights, except one which is towards the upper turns and LTs. And so you might want to accept some shotgun plays, maybe a Max 7, or maybe you could see a major dump of grenades and Molotovs being tossed out to
True,
not give
true.
the T side any breathing room whatsoever. So it's up to them.
It's supposed to be a little bit more different, especially when you consider teams being a lot more potent, a lot more teams being experienced on this map is much more of the better word. Here, we know that SQL and Fired Up, they originated from this particular game before they moved on to their own on other titles. So
Mhm.
the level of experience they could have on maps like Short Dust and Cobblestone can far outweigh most of the players in the community. So that level of experience is now going to be coming into play even better on Cobblestone in particular, because that map, there's not really a lot of changes. You play this map in a regular 5v5 setting as well, and nothing changes other than the sights just being a lot more shorter. So, with that being the main variable here, I do believe that Wicked Gaming, they need to play a little bit more aggressive because they're giving away too much of the map. Because the amount of map pressure that they're trying to establish is so little that the members of Team Narcos, they're just able to circumvent it and play around the areas that they know the members of Wicked Gaming are not really holding. Tough spot to be in, but regardless of whatever happens, I do believe that Wicked Gaming has a certain amount of chance, but it's going to be very difficult, because if this is how the members of Team Narcos can play, it's going to be tough to make this work.
Yeah, it's usually like when you see Defaulter and Crazy Gamer in the CT side, they do a really great job at communicating themselves. Maybe we could see
True.
a boost spot on Cobblestone. Maybe we could see them, be together in the mid rounds and then start to split up so that they could, cover up those angles as best as possible. It's like the trade works is confirmed. There's nothing much more to it.
True.
But the main problem has to be the split version. Once they start to split towards one place to the other to establish that important crossfire angles, there is a lot of chances where the T side could win one of the gunfights, go aggressive in a way that the other guy who's just trying to be as stealthy as possible ends up not securing a trade. And next thing you know, they have control on the side, post plant 1v2, grenades and every utility is available from the T side, and next thing you know, you're all by yourself. They have been caught off like 2 to 3 times, right? Especially on Short Dust, they've been caught, which means that Wicked Gaming needs to do something more than just that. They just have to use the trade games like we saw on Chalice. Again, let's take a look at the scoreboard once again on Short Task. Fired up with 10, SK out 10, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Wicked Gaming, on the other hand, 8 kills to Defaulter and 7 kills to Crazy Gamer. They really did do an amazing job on Chalice. The trade works were going good, and you could see that Team Narcos had a lot of problems in gaining map control, because Big Gaming was just on point with those shots. The information game was just so perfectly well done. But now Cobblestone, since both Narcos and Wicked Gaming has secured both of their maps, it's just the deciders. This map will determine who will have this map will determine whether if Team Narcos or Wicked Gaming will proceed to the playoffs, the grand finals, which will happen in Delhi. The LAN event for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's been a long time since I've seen a LAN event, especially for a wingman. So really excited to see which team will go ahead first.
What I'm really interested to see is what kind of strategies Wicked Gaming can start to employ. We've seen a lot of wacky stuff for a lot of these particular maps from Rat Syndicate. Rat Syndicate know how to work the map in ways that other teams do not. You have your usual defaults where players playing from chicken coop, another one maybe from fountain holding down catwalk, while the chicken coop player is holding for the flank. And when you think about it, how many people have gone in for boost plays other than Rat Syndicate? Almost no one. These are the type of strategies that really show how much prep work a team can do. and how creative you can be with a game like CS. We talked about this previously, right? CS being such an old game. It's what? Almost 11 years now. And
Yeah,
people
it's
are still coming up with new things all the time, things that we don't often see, things that can catch you off guard. You can't always know what's going to happen next. And hopefully, Wicked Gaming, they have something like that under their belt to take down the level of experience that the members of Team Narcos have on their side. You got that one off because it's not a map that they play. You took them to Chalice, and they had no idea what was going on. Too many angles, too many corners, too many different positions that they had to consider. They got caught off. When it came down to short dust, though, they were in control. They had the entire map to themselves. They were very confident in the duels that they were taking. And that level of confidence will carry forward onto Cobblestone. Also, a map that they have played, and arguably a map that they will be even more well versed in. And as we jump into the matchup and jump into the game, this is where it all could begin or it could all end. Narcos, what's the game plan here? Going out for a swing, a flash coming out from the top, good amount of info, and a lot of map control being given.
yeah, fountain fight will be huge, and it will be defaulted to take the first pick. Fired up. Oh man, only has the smoke. He could block at least one line of sight, but also need to be careful on defaulter currently toward who's currently playing towards the fountain side. That 1v2 will be tough, and it will be tough indeed for Team Narcos. They're gonna lose that pistol round, which means SMGs in hands for Wicked Gaming. A great start, and for Wicked Gaming, since they've lost the second map of Shot Dust, they will definitely have to, get back that control. That's the main thing that I was worried about.
Oh
The
my
double
God.
drop down from lower tunnels. That huge aggressive plays will be much more difficult. Grenades being tossed out. Crazy Gamer won't be able to deal with the damage. Escape Bomb is so low on HP. Oh, but it was fired up who had to go up against. Mac 10s in hand. That's the main thing you should be afraid about. SMGs, LT, if you see two Ts just drop down from Ts, you know you're gonna have a bad time.
Mac 10s are just such a nuisance to play with. You know how dangerous it can be, and we were talking about this before, right? The amount of close range gunfights you have to worry about on this particular map just far outweighs anything else. The pistol round, again, you never really want to fight from. It's just one of those angles that can easily tear you down limb from limb if you're not careful.
Oh,
And looking at
oh.
Fired Up's positioning, we do see a person trying to be cheeky here. Could just have the timing for it. And the timing, it could just be perfect. But Crazy Gamer doesn't find the headshot, though. That could have been the make it or break it for a squad. That one kill could have turned the tides of the battle and given them a chance to come on back from the deficit that they faced. They already know Defaulter's position. The AK spray is just going to be good from SK WoW. 1 and 2. Team Narcos, they're back in it to win it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure that Crazy Gamers' idea of flanking was a good decision because they already knew that they had Mac 10s in round number 2, so it could have been wise for them to, play accordingly with the buddy system and just, establish crossfire angles and go in with trades, but instead, going with a flank like that with a 5-7, not a great idea though. I do have to admit, for Wicked Gaming, that important round is going to put themselves on a major deficit because SK WoW once again taking out Defaulter and only having a Deeg in hand from KZ Gamer. It's a difficult chance for Wicked Gaming to put themselves back on a 2v2 equalizer unless and until Crazy Gamer shows his crazy skills with the Deagle. That one shot headshot potential is just. It's still a chance, a 1v2. Still a chance for Crazy Gamer to utilize it, but yeah, like I suspected, SK WoW, once he gets the information, you just have to spray it and pray that you would get the kill. 1 to 3. 3 points at the hands of Team Narcos. They're slowly inching towards that spot to get in towards the LAN event for dynamic duos. Boy, oh boy, this is going to be a tough one for Wicked Gaming.
It's just so quick and systematic too in these plays. Narcos, they have a deep understanding of this map and the timings that they can play around with. Plus, with one player holding a different angle and someone that you can instantly rely on to just whip around and get the frags, you don't have much to play and worry about. You can solely focus on just taking engagements. You have players flashing for you. You have people who know that, hey, if my buddy is opting for a swing, I have the perfect flash to set him up. Up flash front. Trying to get that first initial bit of an engagement. Not really found anything over towards the side of B main, but looking at this boost, Crazy Gamers, he's on the top side, and this off angle could easily give them an edge here.
Yeah, they just need that important elements in order for Wicked Gaming to survive.
They have
For
one flash
defaulter,
left.
yeah, they only have one flash. Even though the smoke blocks important lines of sight, you still gotta be careful on UT. When the sound's being given away, they know exactly where they are. 2 peaks all the way from B long. They'll get their weapons, and Wicked Gaming will respond back. This is an important round though for Wicked Gaming, because the last previous round where they only had 5 sevens and a deagle, yeah, it's... Well, I know in my defense I said that long range could have been a good idea, but since I just realized that they had bad weaponry, so, you know, they decided to go short range because of it. Try to challenge 50-50, but unfortunately they lost that 50-50 and once again fired up. Just having that beautiful information, knowing that the entire LT is clear, you just have to worry about CT and the entrance towards B side. Just 1v2 once again for Wicked Gaming. This is the 3rd time we're seeing a man disadvantage from the side of CT, and this is always a worrying information. Fired Up knows exactly what's happening because he hears the jump shot. Actually, the jump sound from the CT side. Fired Up gets the kill, and Team Narcos glad to get that win, and also the lead, 4-2.
They're prepared for all of this to happen to them. Narcos getting so many rounds on the T side is of course favorable when you know that this is such a strong map that you can play around in. The smokes are pretty bad, and this boost spot is just so good. One bad smoke, and they are done for. Yep.
Smoke and a
Util usage is so important here. If you don't use your utility properly as a terrorist, you have no way of beating them.
Man, look at this double setup in UT. Actually, lower tunnels. Fire's been doused out, but still no response from Team Narcos just yet. And Defaulter and Crazy Gamer, both of them has their own incendiary in hand too. So this is looking very good from their end. They just have to waste a lot of time in which they still can do it. They still have smokes, they still have grenades. They can, you know, waste a lot of time for Team Narcos. They can just play accordingly to time. The main biggest question is, how will they counter B long push? It's the main thing. I'm thinking that they will proceed with post plant. That's what I'm guessing.
Possibly. But what I don't really like is how often this B long push has been going down for them. It's not been the best of situations when they take this control early on in the fights. They have noticed a lot of heavy pressure over towards the tunnel side, and SK Wow good for the first shot, looking for even more. Defaulter spray's good, but it just does not connect. He has a grenade to play around with. No flashes, no more utility. He needs to find something here. The shots are good coming out from his side. The movement is just so well done. Defaulter looking for the final frag. It's the timing, but the spray just does not connect. Fired Up way better when it came down to his AK spray control. Catches them off guard completely. That spray gets them a 2-round lead as they go in for the side swap. Will the members of Narcos be able to carry that momentum though? That is a big hit.
It's 5-3. Wicked Gaming could still come back though, because at least on the bright side, it's a 3-5 in first half. Everything's been reset. Interesting choice of holding from Team Narcos. And what's a defaulter in KZ Gamer just decides, you know what, maybe it's not a good idea to push in all the way towards CT and just maybe go in with the usual push all the way from B long. Interesting. What's more interesting is that both of them doesn't have any utility, so I'll just heavily rely on their clocks and USPs. Oh man. Will they expect a double hold in Chicken Coop? I'm not quite sure, because they're still searching for the second player, and that second player is currently hiding. He's currently in hiding. Both of them are hiding in the Chicken Coop, and Wicked Gaming has no idea. There you go. That's one kill,
Oh.
and the rest of the T sides are looking for the other. And guess what? Surprise,
No, that's a
surprise!
whiff.
I'm still in the chicken coop, but yeah, it wasn't a welcomed one. And okay, wow, will definitely feel the wrath of Wicked Gaming. Defaulter secures the kill, 4-5. Once again, we will see Wicked Gaming put themselves back up on their feet. 4-5. This round number 10, they decides to go on rifles.
Yeah, that bait strategy just did not work the way that they wanted to. They were expecting that, hey, maybe they're not gonna clear out chicken coop anymore. They're not gonna look in this direction because who plays double chicken coop, right? Good strat, but poor when it came down to the execution. 4-5, and it's not the end of the world. So play this one as smart as possible. It is a force buy, mind you, coming in from the members of Team Narcos. MP9s in hand, and as they just wait for this first engagement, where are the members of Wicked Gaming coming from? Slow and steady wins the race for them. The calm before the storm, and maybe with a flash. Wait, they don't have flashes. They're just
No
gonna pop
flashes.
out. I don't think they're gonna expect this.
Oh no. There goes one. You could feel the pressure from the defaulter because he only has the Galil, not the AK. If he had the AK, he could have just made that committed to a spray, but no, Galil still works for defaulter. We'll secure it. 1v1. Fired up his solo on HP and also not currently at an optimal range. If he reaches towards the blue spot, maybe there's a chance for him to deny the plant towards default. Oh, there you go. That's exactly what he wanted. Just wait for the plant sound and then reposition at a very quick rate. Sprints the way, gets the kill. Defaulter goes bye-bye. And Narcos will secure this important round. And Wicked Gaming, unfortunately, they have to go in for a safe buy. I mean, not the safe buy, the eco round, because they just lost an important round. I mean, they just bought Galils. Galils are very expensive, and yeah, this save round is definitely going to cost Wicked Gaming much more points.
Another big issue from that particular round was they had no utility to burn into the site. You need to at least have one person by util from the side, but fired up. God damn it, what was that? One from the top and one from the bottom. Get the bait and get the switch, because this guy is now fired up.
Oh man, just as I was afraid, Wicked Gaming, they decided for a force buy once again with the Galils. They failed, and they have no other choice. Tech 9's in hand,
This is
but a
another
lot of
force buy.
utilities though. Yeah, this is another force buy. I just realized. Yeah, they have all full kits. For a moment there, I thought they're gonna save, but no. They have to put a pedal to the metal. They have no other choice. And going up against rifles, there you go. There comes the Molotov. Wow has to get away from that position. Flashes again, but SK Wow stays determined. Sees one. There goes Crazy Gamer. One more kill. He knows it's a Tech 9. You don't have to worry about long-range gunfights. And SK Wow just casually gets it without any issues. Team Narcos, one round away to securing the spot for the LAN event in Delhi. And oh boy, it's gonna be an amazing one to look at, folks. 4 dynamic duos. Team Narcos might be the first team if Wicked Gaming performs a miracle on map Cobble Dust. Galils once again. Less utilities, no Kevlar Vest. Crazy Gamer is just so low on HP, only 12. Grenades to follow it up. SK Wow just rushes in towards. He finds one. He needs to find the second,
Nice.
and it will be fired up once again with the trade. And it will be Team Narcos, the first team to head in towards the LAN event for the dynamic duos, which will happen in Delhi, folks. So congratulations to them, Team Narcos Gaming. Of course, they had a shaky start on first map, but Short and Cobblestone, Short Dust and Cobblestone were the 2 maps where we will see them proceed to the next phase. Congratulations to them. Amazing performance. And I just, yeah, the force buy was definitely the main reason why they had lost in the first place from the T side. I mean, that was very unfortunate from
Yep.
them.
It's a tough spot for you to be in, but I would honestly say it's not the end of the world, right? They did a lot, and like they did it as much as they could. I liked a lot of their strategies. They were adapting, they were learning, but the level of experience that the members of Team Narcos had just far outshone any form of adaptation that Wicked Gaming were able to come up with. And the thing is, the level of confidence on the members of Wicked Gaming, man. They had a lot of confidence to take duels, but their economy control was just non existent. Narcos, on the other side, they were building economy constantly, not opting for a lot of forces. And even when they did force, they waited for their opponents to use a lot more of their utility, and they played for off angles. That one that force buy round right after the pistol, I was so worried that, okay, Narcos just went in for a force buy. This could just spell disaster. But I was completely wrong. That one round spiraled everything out of control. And I'm pretty sure the members of Wicked Gaming, they were expecting to do the same, but you can't expect the same thing that you're trying to do to work over and over again. No map control, not really forcing anyone to go over to the other sides of the map. You just started to rush in, hoping for the best. And it didn't really work whatsoever.
And even with the buys of the Galil, usually it's much more better if you decide to push all the way towards B long. And I'm pretty sure that once they
Yeah,
looked all map number ones, twos, and threes, the only map where we saw an op or a scout being played was at the first map, right? Cobblestone
true.
and Short Dust, we didn't expect it to see both of the we didn't get to see both of the teams pick out ops or scouts. So since they were using the Galil, it could have been an optimal solution for them to push all the way towards B long, because they just have to worry about SMGs, which is very poor in long range gunfights, and Galil just dominates in long range. So they could have gone for just control towards chicken coop, or maybe just the usual smokes. But the flashes, on the other hand, is currently the main reason why they're getting caught a lot, like by a margin, because the flashes, the smokes, it just didn't work out well for Wicked Gaming. And even though that they won the first map, second and third, Team Narcos, they will end up securing it nonetheless. 9-4, and fired up with a total of 10 kills. SKWA with 8, and we will see our first team heading to Delhi.
Yep. And they did deserve it. The way that they played and the way that they adapted. But the thing is, you really need to start figuring out what you need to do in the best of five. Baba,
True,
it's
true.
a best of five.
It's a best of
And you
five
have to
grand finals.
play
Yeah.
all of the maps.
Like
Boyard,
you don't like Lake? Well,
Chalice.
that's too bad.
Yep. You don't have a choice. You need to go there, you need to play it, and whichever team has those unorthodox maps under wraps, they are going to be the ones who are the winners of dynamic duos. It's going to be tough. Narcos, I know you guys are really good. Your mechanical skill easily shows that to everyone out there in the audience. But mechanical skill can only get you so far on those particular maps. You need to know the map, you need to know the common positions, plus you need to understand the timing. That's the thing. In CS, almost everything can be telegraphed based upon the clock timing. If you can understand and visualize where you would be as a counter terrorist or a terrorist by just looking at the clock, you're going to be able to understand pretty much everything on any particular map if you know its general layout. So I'm hoping to see Narcos just put in the practice for those other 3 maps so they can have, at the bare minimum, a crutch to play with. Because looking at how the veto and, of course, the process is going to go, all of these teams, I do believe if they are able to win out on the knife round, it's going to carry so much weight. Starting off on the counter-terrorist side for those particular maps will be a big up for any of these teams.
Yeah. What amazing match, though. I'm not gonna lie. All we did get to see all the way towards deciders. So Chalice, Short Dust, and Cobblestone, and now we just can't wait to see which team will they go up against. So we're taking we'll be taking a short little break, and we'll be back with the second match for our finals. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, we can run away. You say you want to. You wanna go back, wanna go back. You wanna go back to a place where we
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lenovo Tech World India Edition presents Dynamic Duo CSGO Tournament. It's going to be your boy Aggressive with Baba Gusta on my side to bring you match number 2 of today for the top 8 teams to see exactly who's going to be qualifying and flying out to Delhi, ladies and gentlemen, for the big land for a prize pool of 50,000 Ps. Now, the real question is we already have 2 teams who have qualified. You got to remember, one team is the members of Team Narcos. Now I remember. Like for a second there, my brain just lapsed. Team Narcos, and on the other side, we have Rat Syndicate, who did do their match off stream, and they were able to get a forfeit win up against Reckoning Esports. So, as I expected, as we predicted, it will be the Rat Syndicate being flown out over to Delhi. So, whatever happens, that's completely fine and dandy on that side. And I do believe that I hear you on double, Baba, but that's completely fine. Your voice is that beautiful that I love to hear you on double.
Yeah, I think I may have fixed the issue, but yeah, don't worry about that. But really excited though, and congratulations to the Rat Syndicate who will be proceeding to the LAN event in Delhi. Let's take a look at the schedule once again. That was the offline match. Like we said, it was a forfeit being given from Reckoning Esports, but nonetheless, let us proceed to our online schedule for the day. Precision One Gaming versus Elo Eating. Now, this match will definitely be an interesting one to look at. Yep, Elo Eating. We just had Elo Eating
I
matchups in
love
yesterday,
this.
and yeah, they're really great when it comes to their plays. I really cannot wait to see what kind of plays and maps do we get to witness in the finals itself, the quarterfinals for the dynamic duo. So, Precision One Gaming and Elo Eating, well, may the force be with you, and the best of luck from all the side. And I've got to admit, 3 maps, I'm pretty sure that Lake will be banned the instant I look at the map veto, so it will be the first thing I'll ever see. Chalice and Boyard. Now, these 2 maps could be a make it or break it moment for either Elo Eating or Precision One Gaming. So, which map would we get to see first, Chalice or Boyard? Because I'm pretty sure that Short Dust
I'm
and
thinking
Cobblestone is a
Boyard.
must pick at this point, you know?
There
Boyard,
is
okay.
no way they're gonna go for Chalice. I do believe because Chalice plays very differently compared to most of the other maps. And when you are not really well versed on that map, you have a tendency of just falling into a pretty massive trap. Remember what I said, similarities to Short Dust, but the problem is the map is on a much larger scale compared to it. You have similar lines of sight that you need to control, just like Short Dust, and the angles and the situations that you can walk into are quite the same. But unless you have proper playtime on the map, let's say you played like about 5 matches, you just need 5 matches to figure that map out, and you're going to be able to play it down to at least a decent level. Not many teams have gone that far. Precision One, though, on the other side, we know that they have a pretty good chance to go over to Boyard and play it really well. There's a good chance. Elo Eating, on the other side, I need information from you. I was not there when you casted this match, so tell me about the team. What can we expect from them? Because Precision One Gaming, we know how good they are when it comes to their raw mechanical skill.
Yeah, I'm Elo Eating. Yeah, I've seen a lot of impressive plays coming in from their team. I believe it was on map Cobblestone, as far as I can
Oh,
remember. But you know what? Caster's curse is in effect. You know, for a moment there, I thought we weren't going to see Lake, but yeah, turns out Chalice and Boyard, both of them were back. Oh
nice.
man! But at least on the bright side, we got 50% of our predictions right, because we will definitely going to see we're definitely going to witness Cobblestone and Short Dust being picked, and Short Dust will be the decider map. Elo Eating, on the other hand, currently they're the ones who's going to pick map Lake. Interesting. And talking about the map Boyard, Boyard has. How can I say this? In Boyard, the CTs have quick control towards high ground. So for the T side, smokes is definitely an important part for them in order for them to, proceed with post plant. Chalice, on the other hand, is usual. I mean, we didn't get to see a lot of high ground potentials being played from the CT side. It was more of like short range gunfight. So, I mean, that's the only difference that I could see in Chalice and Boyard. But Cobblestone and Short Dust, expect to see it in every single best of 3 matches, but at least one of them will be able to, one of the maps will be picked. It would either be Chalice Boyard or Lake, but turns out Lake will be the map, which we will expect to see it in map number 2. It's funnily enough not on deciders too, So Precision One
Yeah.
Gaming, whatever strategies they have in Cobblestone, make sure to put good use of it, because in Lake, boy, they have to worry about a lot of short range gunfights that they need to be worried about. Not just the short range, the unusual angles that you would expect to see on a map like Lake.
Yeah. If you're really well versed on Lake, you know you have an advantage. The amount of different angles that you can play for, the sheer size of this particular map, you can have all of the different off angles, and there's absolutely nothing in this world that can catch you out. So, in that sense, with that map not being the deciders, and Elo Eating being the player, being the team that picked it out, this first particular map carries so much weight. If Precision One Gaming lose out on Cobblestone, they're pretty much done for. This could be a 2-0 victory over to Elo Eating. We don't know how
It
they
could.
play. Like, I don't know how they play. You know how the members of Elo Eating play. But for
Yeah.
Precision One, they show a lot of discipline. Discipline is key to winning out on engagements like this. And will the discipline be present though? That's going to be a little bit of an up and down scale. We don't know just yet.
Yep. We just have to wait and watch and see what Precision One Gaming has in stores for us. So, like I said, Elo Eating, we did get to see it on match number 3. I kind of forgot, but I do know that the Cobblestone map was just amazing. But talking much more about it now, since we have our two teams which are currently have a spot towards the Delhi LAN event, which is going to happen in Delhi, folks. So if you're in Delhi, it's an amazing time to be in, because there's going to be an amazing, there's going to be a lot of great things to look forward to. You have the dynamic duos, the wingman, and also make sure to check out the Lenovo 5i Pro. Link is in the description below. Make sure to check that out. And the thing about LAN is that it's always amazing, to look at the audience who always feel awe about any flicks or any shot that happens, especially on a match like Wingman. I know in a 5v5 there's always that excitement, but in Wingman, there's always that one particular play that could end up securing a 1v2, or maybe it could end up on a 7-0 score. Like, it's just anything could happen. And the best part about it is that it's a best of 5. All 5 maps will be played out. Even if it's Chalice, Boyard, or Lake, all 3 maps will be played or might not be played. Even if Cobblestone and Short Dust will be the same maps that we always get to see in online matchups. LAN is a
Yep.
different feeling, and you always love a LAN matchups, and I'm so glad to see Wingman having its own specific LAN event with a total of 50,000 rupees prize pool. That is huge, especially on a Wingman
It's
tournament.
hefty.
50,000 INR is actually a great prize pool, and a lot of you could say that it could be a great scouting grounds for the orgs out there who are trying to look for new talents, especially on
It's
a
really
2v2
source too,
Wingman.
man.
It's yeah, and since Source 2 is almost arriving right at the table, there's high likely chances where we could see a lot of recruitments coming out. So Wingman could be like a great testing grounds for most of the players who are competing in a 2v2, that really displays a test of communication, great teamwork, and also great performance in the regarding to their aim as well. So it's always a great place to play, and also a good place for newcomers as well to try to understand the game properly. I mean, the newcomers will just understand that, hey, two sides, it's difficult for us. How about we just focus on one side and understand the whole reality? Great for newcomers who, first round of that global offensive to play the game. And what better place could it be than to be on the LAN event on Delhi 2? You even have great access to it. But now, let's just focus back on our second matchup, the quarterfinals between Precision One Gaming versus Elo Eating. Let's start things off with Cobblestone. Round number 1 is a go with the pistol round. Let's see what's going to happen here, folks.
Is versus Elementex. We do see a little bit more of a push out, and oh my god, he's already wrapping tree. This could be a problem. Bolt over to the side of Chicken Coop. Good shot coming in from Elementex. God damn it. The guy just was fast with it, but it won't be Jawed. And Godslayer. clean when it came down to their positioning. They understood the positions that the members of Elo Eating were trying to take over. They were not allowing them to run across that fountain. They knew tree control was gone, and they were like, nope, we cannot stay here. We need to push out and go in for this rush. And that's exactly what they did. Pushing out from the other end of it, though. We're looking to see a little bit more of a forward play from possibly Godslayer. He's already posted up over to the other side of the fountain. Slow and steady wins the race there. Elo Eating, they're not really giving much away. They're waiting for a mistake to come out from one side, and it's going to be Godslayer. Good with the flick. Takes out Iz, and Wolfie on the other end, taking out Element X. Pretty good from either side. Nothing really to worry about at the end of the day. Precision 1, they take the pistol round. They take the anti-eco. Here is where the buy rounds come in. Elo Eating, what's the game plan here? We do see a pretty hefty take over onto the side of tunnel, but the members of Elo Eating, they're not really opting for the much more aggressive approach. They want to see if the members of Precision 1, they're the ones to push out. But with all of the utility being present and all of the utility being used, Precision 1, they're playing for the long haul and are waiting for the members of Elo Eating to make that first mistake. And I do believe that... Oh, yeah, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back. Unfortunately, I forgot to unmute the mic. So, yeah. So, Precision 1 Gaming, once again, Wolfie is currently in a good position, though. His rotation
I don't
isn't
think they're
really
gonna
just yet, but the trade could happen. No trade's been happening. It's still a 1v2, but never mind. A quick frag out will be made from Izzy. A little bit of damage being dealt around, but he should be fine with the FAMAS information. Jump peak will be made. And this strike will at least give him some chance, and that chance will just so well timed. Godslayer, beautiful use of the flashbang to block its line of sight for a brief amount of time, which will secure an important kill, and also they will have an AK in hand as well. I'm pretty sure that that incendiary grenade from Wolfie will give good information, and that's the main reason why it's expensive. It's an expensive utility, $600. If you want to invest in that utility, you need to make sure that you would have the proper information, and that information will be given immediately from Godslayer. Not from the Molotov though, just from the AK and the drop down sound. And you could see how Elo Eating are just pressuring towards the tunnels aside. They want to make their presence known, which will force Precision 1 Gaming to make a decision on whether if they would stay in towards CT side or maybe go all the way towards Chicken Coop, where exactly they could have their final holdout from the side.
Looking at how Precision 1 are playing too, they're not overly aggressive in corners, they're not playing for the kills, they're waiting to see if anyone will be the spray round is got for the first. The shot misses. This could be bad, this could be going from bad to worse. The flash is perfect, completely blinded out. Over from the other side of the corner, the plant's finally gonna go down. It's a fake though, so you just have to wait this one through. And his key positioning is good, but the leg shot's gonna hurt. He already knows he found the hit. And now he's looking for the final blow. Left or right, which side will you take? And the flip and a half coming in from Wolfie. God damn it, man. He's so good in these double clutch situations, and Precision 1 living up to their name. As they take the clutch, and Wolfie, couple of friction burns to go with it. Nicely done.
Oh man, that flick, man. Jesus, Wolfie. Precise, clean, and effective. 4-0, 4 back-to-back wins for Precision 1 Gaming. They're looking very confident on map Cobblestone, and you could see how well invested they are with those utilities. The Molotovs forcing Elo Eating to wait, to force them to wait for a total of 5 to 10 seconds, and even if they do push in towards Molly, their location will be revealed immediately, mainly because of the sound cues, and also with them being very low on HP. It's a risky decision to make, and effective utilities are that too. Godslayer, nice shot, sees the head of Element, and now you just need to worry about is a nade, will deal major damage, and also Godslayer won't be having any issues at all with that one player. 5-0. And you could say that map Cobblestone, Precision 1 Gaming, they are way ahead of their game.
Truly. The way that they're playing this is just absolutely incredible. Elo leading just completely being thrown under the rug at this point. Too much damage, too many
Okay.
plays.
Oh,
Oh my god, Wolfie with the no scope. He catches one and he catches the second. A double no scope kill to take away the 6th round. And my god, Precision 1. Give them a chance here, buddy. They're not even letting off an inch. The map is theirs. The economy is hurting. Elo eating, they know they need to try and find a play. They know how important this round is, and maybe this one mistake coming in from Godslayer could give them that edge. But even if he makes a mistake, his buddy does not. Wolfie, the molly is good, and he's able to post up without really much of a flaw, with much of a problem. The no-scope doesn't hit this time, though. But Godslayer, he has the timing, and he has the aim to do it. A headshot and a body to finish things off, and the Opto back in their hands to take one more round and a 7-0, Baba. This looks to be a one-sided affair.
It definitely is. I can assure you, because 2 incendiaries already used from UT and B Long. That is just huge value coming in from Precision 1 Gaming. And I definitely will agree with you, Aggressive. The amount of utilities and grenades that they're using right now, Elo Eating are forced to stay in the site for a total of 10 seconds. Not at the site, like from their spawn for more than 5 seconds. So Precision 1 Gaming, they already have the upper hand, unless and until they have any counter utilities to go alongside with, maybe a smoke or a grenade to, flush out the player who's throwing the incendiary in the first place. That could happen, but this could be a very tough decision for Elo to proceed along with, because they need to deal with Wolfie, who will miss his first initiate shot. The second will miss too, and this will be very detrimental for Elo Eating, because they need to secure it back. Trade outs will be made, and it's just 1v1. Is he only having a deagle in hand? But he still has the dream to secure this. Info will be given, message shot, and an opportunity. Smokes will be made through the smoke. Damage will be done, and now it's Godslayer to slay Izzy. Will this happen? Smokes.
Nice shot.
Through the smokes. And there goes Izzy. Down he goes. Match point is confirmed, 8-0. And with the roll swap being made, I'm pretty sure that even with the rounds being, even if it's just a pistol round, they just need to secure one round. And I'm pretty sure that they will proceed to just go with Kevlar and Kevlars. Just Kevlars. No smokes, no nothing, just Kevlars. Just brute force their way in all the way towards B Long and see how much value that they can get from this. Oh, wow.
Element
okay,
X.
Element.
Oh, God.
Okay, man. All right.
Oh,
Just
this guy is on fire. Nice shot.
Man. He just taps it like he's accepting terms and conditions. That's all I can say, man. He just taps, just beautiful taps from the USB.
Gots there, I do believe is having some issues with his mouse, but able to recover. Now it's just about the whole. There's still a chance to go in for a reverse sweep here. Maybe just this could be better. Timing is key, and Wolfie! What was that shot? How do you hit these with these eagles, man? You gotta teach me in your free time. 'Cause that was absolutely absurd. Precision 1, they're now doing a 2 versus 1. Bomb not really close enough for the plant just yet. Information already gained, and they know exactly where he is. A couple of shots, one to the body, and another one from the side. Guts there finishes it off, and the double-sided pins are working out in their favor. As Precision 1, they take a 9-1 victory up against Elo Eating in the top 8. That is saying something.
Ooh. Man. Let's take a look at
What
that.
was
Let's
this?
take Wolfie's
This
stage
guy's
shot,
precision. The Precision 1.
Man. Just... Whew. I'm not quite sure what to say, man.
They woke up and
9 to
chose
1 on
violence.
Clubber Soul. Yeah, that is for sure. Especially,
Literally.
I just love how they're slow and methodical about this. Molotovs being one of the most expensive utility of them all, they use it only to gain information. Every time you see them use it towards UT and also towards B Long, and once, even though if they don't get any information from the Q sounds, at least they know that they're wasting a lot of important time for the T side, which eventually forces them to make a decision to go for the push without having any information to begin with. Now, when it comes to counters, you
True.
could say that, yeah, they could have just used smokes to block lines of sight. But if you're using a smoke on the tunnel side, it's usually still favorable from the CTs because they just have to wait for the drop down sound. And once that drop down sound happens, be prepared for a barrage of bullets just going haywire towards the tunnel side. So it was an
True.
entire lockdown from Precision One Gaming, which forced the T side to push no other way in towards B long, and that's exactly where Wolfie was with the op. You just have to wait for the T side to just push in towards B long and just get completely obliterated from the op shots. And that hip fire shot that we've seen, I wish we could have seen that from Wolfie's perspective, but seeing the deep shot all the way towards Fountain, man, it's in the team's name. Precision One at its finest. 10 kills to Godslayer and 8 kills to Wolfie. Meanwhile, from the side of Elo Eating, 4 kills to Element and 2 kills to Izzy. Uh, Quite unfortunate for them to end up on a 9-1 scoreline, and definitely on map number 2, Lake. It's going to be a tough one for them too because it's going to be on Lake. Man, Lake is going to be one of the most confusing maps for Elo Eating and Precision One Gaming, unless and until if they do know exactly how to play when it comes to info game and have great angles if they know it properly. But man, we just have to wait and watch for the second matchup. And if we see Elo Eating secure a Lake, high likely chances we could go all the way to map number 3 deciders, which would be on Short Dust. But looking at the precision plays from Wolfie and Godslayer with great utilities being used, I'm pretty sure that Precision One could end up securing Lake, unless and until Elo Eating has something in that table, dude. Maybe a Nova shotgun, maybe a huge aggressive attempts from the site. Smoke plants could happen, but yeah, like we said, like I said, we just have to wait.
Yeah, Lake is where Elo Eating have to showcase their prowess because Precision One, their raw mechanical skill is just through the roof. They are not missing a single beat when it comes down to their sprays and their shots. And Wolfie, man, he is on fire today. Those D shots and those op shots, they were chef's kiss level of perfect. Medium rare, done well. But for Wolfie, will he be able to perform the exact same way when it comes down to Lake? Lake is a map where you can't really understand the timings that well. There are too many different angles to consider. It's very open, so you're hoping for sound cues. And if you're
Mhm.
not playing for sound cues, you are hoping to catch your opponents off guard from a different position, from just playing a couple of rounds and understanding their play styles. Because Lake being one of those maps that not many people know, if you don't have proper map knowledge, then you can get caught off guard really easily. And if one person in particular is able to adapt better than the other, then what's going to happen, Baba? You walk towards a corner, the other player already knows your tendencies because you haven't really played that map that much to adapt to something different. You just get caught off guard. And it will happen more often than not. But will Elo Eating be able to go in for the same level of pincer strats that we saw coming in from Rat Syndicate when they played Lake? We don't know. Lake allows for a lot of diverse strategies, but that diversity, it's not that easy to pull off.
Yeah, true. Because it like if you know your teammate well, and you can understand his weaknesses and strengths, you can just combine them, make a great fusion into a great team in which you'll be able to understand what can we do in this situation, what kind of plays do we have to do, would we go all the way towards aggressive, or we do get to play strategically. And maybe we'll get to witness it on map Lake, because this is the map where Elo Eating has made a decision to go up against Precision One. So decider being Short Dust, if Elo Eating wants to stay alive in this competition, if they want to have a chance, then they have to bring out the big guns on map Lake, because this is their final chance. And for Precision One, they are one map away to snatching that spot to the Delhi LAN. And boy, oh boy, will that LAN be an amazing event to look out for, folks. So I gotta admit, Lake, oh boy, what's gonna happen? Elo Eating, I'm actually rooting for them because we've seen how great Izzy's performance is. But up against Precision One Gaming, the way how patient they were in their utility usage, Eating needs to do something about this. They need to figure out a solution for this, man. Because if they don't, then Precision One Gaming, they will they will just get map Lake too.
It's gonna be pretty simple for them to get it over with as well. So many of these different positions just really difficult to get a hold of. That loss coming in from Precision One will leave a mark. EO Eating, they know what they're going up against now. They were not expecting this level of firepower when they were taking on Precision One. And when you've been humble like this, and when you know what to expect from your opponents, you kind of fall into two different positions. Either you now know what your opponents are going to play, like you're able to adapt and you're able to think of strategies on the fly, but that only comes from very experienced players from teams that have been playing together for years upon years in some cases, and who have competed at the highest level for the longest time. Those are the type of people that can adapt to things like this. You take a pretty massive hefty loss, it's going to hit your mental. And the thing is, will Elo Eating be able to recover from this mentally? That is a real question. It's their map. It's a very open map to play with. And if they're able to get out of the gates running, they have a good opportunity to take over this game and be able to take us down over onto short dust. But it's still a long journey and a big if. Because from what we have seen from Precision 1, just as I said before, they chose violence after waking up. They had a hefty breakfast and they're now hungry for lunch.
Yeah, you're right. It's actually 1 p.m. They might be hungry for lunch, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna get it on map number two, unless and until unless and until we might see the other side of the team, Elo Eating, would respond back. Lake, on the other hand, like we talked too much about the maps itself. Lake being one of the most unexpected maps, especially when it comes to positionings. But yeah, for Precision One Gaming, if you just look at their play style itself, it really shows how great they are. And I seriously cannot wait for the double elims to happen in the LAN event Delhi. The since according to the brackets that we've had, we see team Wicked Gaming proceeding to the finals, and second team being team Rat Syndicate. So Rat Syndicate versus Team Wicked Gaming. It's going to be a great match to look at. So we still have two more matches left, right? We have right now Precision One Gaming versus Elo Eating, and then the final matchup between Deadly Duo versus Jode. So these two matches will be the final online tournaments of best of three. So after this, we'll be having a day's break to make sure that all four teams will be prepped and ready for the Delhi LAN event, which will happen in day after tomorrow. So guys who are currently in Delhi, make sure to check it out. It's going to be an amazing matchup. I mean, there's going to be tons of entertainment there. Not only just just the CS:GO 2v2 wingman. There is tons of entertainment. You'll get to meet your fellow gamers, have a good talk with them. You'll get to meet you'll get to meet familiar faces too from the other orgs too if you
It's
get
a
a
lot
chance.
of
So
people.
make sure to go ahead. Make sure to check it out. Make sure to check out our socials. Link is in the description below for any information regarding the Delhi's LAN event. Everything will be present. And also make sure to check out the Lenovo 5i Pro. Link is in the description down below. Make sure to check it out. And also a huge shout out for our broadcast partner Loco, to making sure that all the gamers out there could have an amazing experience both online as well as on offline too. And a huge shout out for Lenovo as well for sponsoring this event. But yeah, once again, we're just waiting for match number two to happen between between Team Precision One Gaming and Elo Eating. So, quick guess, aggressive. Since this is the second match for the day, will we see Elo Eating secure match to Lake, or will we see Precision One Gaming end up on a 9-1 scoreline once again?
I'm expecting a 9-6 victory for Precision One.
Oh, Precision. Okay, 9-6.
9-6
Hmm.
because the element of surprise. Come on,
Okay.
element of surprise for Elo Eating because they are the ones who chose this map. So there's a pretty good chance that they know how to play this compared to Precision One.
Okay, nice. I mean, there is a lot of surprise element. I can give you that. But what about the utilities? Will we see Elo
We have
eating,
seen.
use maybe a smoke plant, grenades?
I don't think so. This map is just not smoke friendly. You know that as well. Like, where do you
Yeah,
place a smoke that covers the corner? Tell me.
maybe in the sight, maybe in the sight. But yeah, close range definitely not a good way though. But yeah, I do have starting things off. Man, Godslayer, he's just on point with the shots, man. The USP is just favoring him a lot. 1v1, post plant, Wolfie sees the head, gets it up, and just like that, we see Precision 1 Gaming starting things off with a bang. One round at the hands of CT, which means that they'll have SMGs. But yeah, smokes, even though it could cover long range gunfights, you still need to get information first regarding that. So if one player from CT is currently playing in the site, so yeah, it'll be a tough one for to hold the site if you're placing it from the site itself. So yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
There's not really much that he can do. Cross map flashes to just stop them from rushing in. A couple of smokes being thrown from each side. And Dex looking for the spray. Yo. Did he actually buy an AK without armor?
Oh no, that's not good. But at least on the bright side, he still has he has covered. But yeah, the more info you have, the better the smoke block would be, and that was actually a good smoke from Elo Eating, blocking the line of sight from long range. You know, predicted it right that there have to be at least one of the players playing with a scout, and Godslayer would be forced to be using his USP. He's trying to get some weapons. Maybe he might have a Mac 10, but no, he'll be forced to use his USP. Defuse will be used. Is he? He's gonna play patiently once again. All he requires is just info. And since he doesn't have any defuse kit, he'll be forced to fall back. Yep, there you go. He's at the point of no return. He's trying to get the kill. And Izzy will just casually get the frag. And he'll stay alive too. That is looking good for Elo Eating. Izzy. Patience is the key to virtue. And he knows that since in round number 2 they won't be having any defuse kits, he has to commit to a full 10-second defuse.
That was honestly quite admirable the way that one played through. Smart either way. As for now, Elo Eating, they do have the weaponry to play around with, but these deagles coming in from Precision 1, we know how dangerous they can be as well. But on this particular map, there's not really any form of crosshair placement that can get you through stuff like this. You need to worry about a lot of different angles. The flicks matter a lot, and with the smoke now passing away, Godslayer stuck under the stairs. He's Harry Potter now. He lives there. The question is, will he be able to jump out and find a kill? It's the real question. Timing is not in his favor, and Element X catches the tippy toe of his head and takes it clean off. Precision 1, they're down 1 round, and Elo Eating, they're making it back. Slowly, but surely.
Yep. I believe that Precision 1 Gaming has been caught with the Cruciatus curse, so they have to win that round no matter what happens. And I believe that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to survive. They're going to hold out. Element X all the way deep towards the lakeside. And I'm pretty sure that Precision 1 has no idea. This is a very huge flank, and that flank will be a favored one. Now it's just
I don't even know where he is.
He doesn't know where he is, and the best part about it is that he knows exactly where the bomb is too, so he just needs to be safe. But Element X is like, surprise, surprise.
Rap? The guy just went around the entire map. What?
I'm telling you,
How
he
do you
had the
predict this?
broomstick. He had the broomstick. He just went all the way from T's to CT side and just went, oh, what a good. I'm sorry, I just had to say it, okay?
I'm just gonna stay quiet and let you have your moment. It's fine, Baba. We still love you, don't worry.
But you know, we still have to worry about Precision 1 though, because let's face it, Elo Eating, this is their map pick, and they're showing how powerful they are in this map. Bomb's been dropped though. So Wolfie has the advantage when it comes to info, but no, Easy gets the better off of it. Even with an AK in hand, The M4 silencer just does its job. Silent and deadly.
Eliminating just have the entire map in a system. When I think about it, this is bound to happen. The level of adaptability on this map is very difficult to do unless you know what kind of position the T's and the CTs like to play in. God's there, good for the swing, just find it in Precision 1. They take this victory out of absolutely nowhere. Elo Eating, they tried to go in for the same strat again by wrapping around from the back to try and catch this counter-terrorist off guard, but Precision 1, they adapted, they learned, and they understood that, hey, we need to watch our backs because Elo Eating, they're just not taking over the side. They just want to go in for fights.
And looks like we'll see Precision 1 Gaming bring back this time. They won't be having any issues though. Even with the smokes being placed from the side, they decided, you know what, since they'll be they're gonna be inside the building, so it's best to have one player play in the house and the other playing for long range. So you have one for info gain and the other for confirming kills. But when it comes to the trade games, that's exactly where Elo can prosper. They decide to go with the same thing too. Whoa, great shot though from Element X. Now it's just 1v2 post plant. Good smokes to block lines of sight. Element X doesn't have info, so Godslayer has the advantage. Oh, his location's been revealed.
Nice.
He just ran through the basement. And once Element X hears the sound, he just went in for a committed pre-fire. 5-3, first half coming to an end. And for Precision 1 Gaming, they're currently feeling the heat, bro. That is for sure.
Yep. Pain and suffering is all that they know, but for Precision 1, it's a pretty close fight. Come on, 3 and 5, 2-round differentials. It's not the end of the world. It's not something like a 6 and 2 scoreline where it's very hard to come on back from. You have an opportunity to play with and play around with. That's gonna be a really good plant spot. One over to the top side of the balcony. They can just wait this one through. They have the side, they're playing for the long haul. They have the audio to play around with as well, and because of this crossfire setup, it's very hard to break into here without really getting caught off guard. They're gonna have the timing for it, one in the back and one in the front. You gotta hit the shots, buddy! And Godslayer and Wolfie, they just have the beautifulest crossfire that you can think of.
Yep.
Pristine, perfect all around. They have the control, and they're making sure that they make the members of Elo Eating suffer.
Elo Eating definitely made a surprise performance in first half. Now in CTs, they're definitely feeling the heat this time. They have to be close, they have to be methodical, but turns out it's not working out well for them. They have the scout in hand, very powerful in long range, but you have to be precise. You need to secure that headshot, or else you're gonna miss that opportunity once again. Post plant. Now the element X is going way too close. The scout hip fire. My God, it just goes straight to the head in mid range. But does he have enough time though? He doesn't even have the defuse kit, so he needs to commit for a full-on 10 seconds. Wolfie will just patiently wait. He knows that he needs to commit for a full 10 seconds. Info being given away. USP still in the hand. Will he go for a commit shot? Yes, he does. What?
My God.
I'm sorry, what? Don't tell me he has
This
this.
guy is a demon. He's an actual
How?
demon.
Just how? He just swung. I mean, I know he had info, but securing that with a headshot? He needs to get 2 headshots for that. Oh, man.
It's just... You can't predict this. There's no way. Some of these plays that these guys make is just absolutely incredible on Element X. Catching out Godslayer with his pants down, that's gonna be another kill that they will suffer for greatly. The Galil's doing work. From each side, we do see the pain that their teams are going through. He needs to pick up this bomb, and he does not really have any information of what's happening. Elo Eating all the way over towards the spawn side as well. Element X opting for this rap and just catches him off guard. You can't hear the footsteps at all. How can you hear the footsteps? He's on the other side of the planet. No audio cues, no nothing. He's playing the map so well, and Elo Eating, they're showcasing their prowess on this map. And the possibility of a 9 and 6. Come on, Baba. There's a chance, isn't there?
Possibility for a deciders. Yep, there is still a chance for Elo Eating, and the amount of footsteps that the Precision One is giving away will give Easy the best shot that he could possibly provide. But it's still a 1v1. Easy could still clutch this out, and Wolfie, he has the side in control, but he's still afraid of Izzy. Once he give away his positioning from the C4, would guarantee a push from the CTs unless and until he has the information. There's no other way for Wolfie to secure this round unless and until he finds the second player. It's a tough one. The CTs will definitely play accordingly to time. Only have 35 seconds. Wolfie has to commit for this plant. He has no other choice. And he's still searching for him.
These are tough spots to be in. Can't pick this up. You have to worry about so much more positions like this. And Wolfie, he played it to perfection, man. Give the guy a pat on the back because he deserves it. Opted for the fake inside of the smoke and just waited for Izzy to just give up his position. That's another round, and this is a nail-biting moment for the members of Precision 1 and of course their fans back at home. They have to worry about so much here. They have the weaponry for it, but that weaponry means nothing because they have to worry about so much! Too many different angles and too many different corners to think about. Precision 1, they tried to rush the site. And Elo Eating, they just waited for them to make that mistake.
Yeah, looks like Elo Eating definitely have their lunch for today on Map Lake. The game will not be over though, because on Deciders, that will be the final map. Man, this is definitely going to be a heartbreaking moment if this happens. Oh, beautiful shot. And now it's just Wolfie. Only smokes and flashbangs. And here comes Element X. But the power of X, which would be element of surprise, guarantees the win. Which means that the game's not over yet, folks. We are heading all the way to map number 3. Shot Dust. Man. Lake, we definitely did not expect this. And I still remember Aggressive said it's going to be a 9 to 5. But it definitely was a 9 to 5. The only difference was it was from the different opposition side. It was Elo Eating who will secure map number 2. And boy oh boy, Short Dust. The only question is, will it be short and sweet? Or will it be long and difficult course of action? We are just going to have to wait and watch out. But what a map do we get to witness here on Lake? For a moment there, I thought there was some hopes for Precision 1 Gaming to put themselves back up in the first half, but turns out Elo Eating, they had a lot to offer in their stores. Smoke plant fakes, it was just beautifully done. They were just playing accordingly to info, and once they had it, they just had to secure further kills, and it's just so beautifully done from them, from both Element X and Izzy. Godslayer, on the other hand, he was just doing great as well from the CTs and trying to play, as fast as possible, trying to be as unpredictable as possible too. But in Lake, once you know that they're playing for long plays, you won't be able to hear any foot noises if you're way far away, unless and until if you're in their proximity zones. Then and only then you will get to realize what kind of positionings that they're in. But all in all, amazing performance from Elo Eating. They will survive, which means that map number 3 is unlocked, Short Dust. So Aggressive, I know that you've already made a prediction on map number 2. So how about I take map number 3 prediction and determine who's going to win it? All right. Let me take a huge guess. I'd say that this could go all the way to overtime. And the third OT. Okay. Third OT.
No.
This could go to Precision 1. Precision 1.
That is
the main reason why I'm saying Precision
it.
1. Now, the main reason why I'm saying Precision 1 is because you saw how confident they were on map Cobblestone, right? It was a 9 to 1. And also, let's not forget, it is a standard map to begin with. Alongside with Short Dust, Precision 1 could get away like this. But since, you know, mind games could be an issue, and we'll also take a look at the scoreboard once again here, folks. Elo Eating securing match number 2, 14 kills with Element and 7 kills to Izzy. Meanwhile, as we take a look at Wolfie, 10 kills to him and 4 kills to Godslayer. The main reason why I'm saying that this would go all the way to OT number 3 is because of Elo Eating, getting their mojo back. They got their morale back by winning map number 2 Lake. So that's the only main reason why I'm saying that this could go all the way towards OT, third OT. That's what I'm guessing. And if it's wrong, then the caster's curse definitely hit on me. That's all I can say at this point.
It's just a complete and utter rundown as well from top to bottom. My god. Elo Eating just played the map to perfection. That's the thing. Who would you think would just wrap around all the way from the T side, through the lake, into counter terrorist spawn, and then kill the people sitting on the roof?
Yeah, but
You
you
can
can't do that on
predict
short
that.
dust though.
Yeah, you just can't. The much more standardized maps is where the members of Elo Eating will struggle because Precision 1 have it down to a system on those maps. They know what to expect, they know the headshot angles, and that's the thing. CS is a game about repetition. The more you play a certain map, the better you're going to be at it. The more knowledge you have on those particular maps, you can easily shut down players with the best aim ever. CS is a game that awards raw mechanical skill, don't get me wrong. But if you don't have proper map knowledge to back up that raw mechanical skill, you're not going to be able to get that far. Elo Eating not only showcased their raw mechanical skill, but also map knowledge, pairing it together to make the perfection that was this particular map. And as they head on down over onto Short Dust, Precision 1 just have both, but on a much more refined level compared to Elo Eating because of what we have seen in Cobblestone. Hopefully, Elo Eating, they're going to be able to showcase the exact same performance and innovation that they have shown here on the next map, but it's not going to be that simple. The pistol round will carry so much weight here to just jumpstart this entire matchup. Either they go big, or they're going to be the ones who get sent back home.
Well, it all comes down to this. That's the best part about best of 3. Best of 1s, best of 2s, you might have a safety net, but if you're going all the way towards best of 3s, you got to make sure that everything in your mind is clear. Have a calm mind. Don't get frustrated about losing a map or two, because if you lose your calm, that's exactly where the opposition team would take the maximum would definitely take the maximum advantage out of it. So being calm, cool, and collected should be the way to go for both of these teams, and I wish them the best of luck for Short Dust. But all in all, when it comes to this tournament, only one can proceed to the next phase, and it either has to be Precision 1 Gaming or Elo Eating. We still have one more match to go, folks. I believe the final match has to be between Team Deadly Duo versus Jode, which will happen after this matchup. But we only have 2 seats left for the grand finals in Delhi. Only 2 seats, folks, and it could either be up against it would either be Precision 1 Gaming or Elo Eating, or it could be either Deadly Duo or Jode. So we're just down to 4 teams here. Aggressive, only 4 teams, and both of the teams we witnessed went all the way towards deciders. So you could see how close matches that we're expecting in the finals, in the quarterfinals. Expect what's going to happen in the grand finals, though, because grand finals, I'm pretty sure it's going to go all the way to best of 5. Looking at their performance, looking at their skills, the communication, the boost, the utilities, it's just on point. And when it comes to a match which is so close, you're pretty much expected to see some unexpected plays, like the USP shot that we witnessed on Map Lake. That could happen too. It always comes down to those, unexpected plays that would make us go, what, that just happened? Those are the plays that makes CSGO the main statement, not just the op shots, those unexpected plays that we witness in the middle of all those strategies. One little risky play that ends up changing the whole course of the game.
True.
It's just that.
It's one of those games that you can never really fully predict what could happen. There are moments a player could just be feeling it on the server, and there is absolutely nothing in the world that can stop them. Running through a smoke, he's able to find headshots, pop flashes, just going through beautifully. His teammates are able to give him proper backup, and there is nothing that you can do to stop this particular entry fragger. And when it comes down to elo eating, now that they have finally picked themselves back up, they should be quite happy because they were able to take a map against Precision One. They're going into a much more comfortable map for them, but you need to be very confident in what you can do as your team. If you start second guessing yourself, that is the instant when Precision One's going to be able to take you over. You won on a map, you still have a chance to head over to the LAN. That's the thing. You have a LAN for Wingman, and you're getting paid 50k INR if you win it all.
Yep. That's the entire price.
You need to take that opportunity.
Yep. You know, just by securing a land spot on Delhi confirms a fourth place spot. It's just,
Yeah.
it's an instant fourth place spot.
It's a
Even if
payday.
you lose, it's a payday. Yeah, it's double elims. You still have one final chance. So even if you do mess up your first initial matchups, you can, refresh, calm yourself down, and make sure you won't make the same mistake again in the lower brackets. That's exactly why
True.
double elims always gives you that one safety net to ensure that you would have maximum chances to be in the grand finals. But in order for that to happen, you need to make sure that you have a spot first. This is single elims.
Mhm.
Quarterfinals, best of three, we're all the way to the deciders map, shot dust. And I'm pretty sure that this would go to overtime. I can guarantee you that, unless and until the side on team. I'm sorry about that. The side on team Elo Eating decides to do the same thing like they did on Cobblestone, which could potentially happen if they get confused, because you saw how Precision One Gaming were really great at Cobblestone, right? They grinded, they have that grind mindset, they know what time do they have to use their utilities, they know at what time do they have to use their incendiary grenades, they know what kind of angles to hold. And if team Elo Eating doesn't do the same thing on short dust, then maybe it could end up on 9-1. Who knows? It could, or maybe it could not. I mean, it's just a guesswork point. But seeing plays from Element X, especially with the final round where he only had the scout in hand and he ends up securing the kill with a 10-second defuse, that shows hope for Elo Eating, that there is still a chance for them. And that's the main reason why I opted in for an OT match point. That's the main reason why. That slight glimmer of hope. That's what I'm going on for.
Thinking about OT though on short dust, this no, that
Really
does
short.
not happen. Maybe if you said on cobblestone, yeah, there's an opportunity. But on short
Hmm.
dust, it's rare to ever see OTs. It doesn't happen often because this is those maps that you just run your way through and you're gonna be able to find the players. Whoever has the better aim in most cases are able to win. This is not a map about map control. This is not a map where utility usage is gonna get you everything. You need to have a proper mix of both decent utility usage and good aim. That is what you need to try and win out on this map. The bare bone fundamentals are just practiced here on this map, particularly more than any of the other Wingman maps. Every Wingman map has its own gimmick, but for Short Dust, there's no gimmick. Like, tell me honestly, what separates this particular map from any of the other CS maps that we have seen? There's nothing
I mean,
special
it's in
about
the
it.
name itself, yeah. It's in the
Yeah,
name itself.
it's
It's
there's
short
nothing special.
dust. Yeah. But that's the thing. If let me see, if Precision One do decides to play in CTs first, the main thing that I can think of right now is that they might use incendiaries right towards the ladder side and have one player playing towards mid, so that they could have the entire mid control. Maybe one player would be either playing as the scout or a Galil, to contest those long range gunfights, and you would have one player playing from the site itself, having mollies to either deny the plant, or he could just play it at an aggressive state towards ladders. They could do that. Precision One could do that to try to gain control of control, but we just have to wait and watch, because we are definitely not wasting any time here, folks. We are heading off directly to map number 3, the decider map on Shot Dust. And like I expected, mid control is exactly what Elo Eating will be doing. So post plant, if that goes, then they only have a minute left to do so. Oh, almost a chance for Izzy to secure the kill. But instead, they'll have controls this time. Element X went all the way to A shot. Secures one, 1v2, Godslayer. He's up against the two players from Elo Eating. That could end up barricading the shot towards the grand final. A shot towards the Delhi LAN. I believe that's exactly what's going to happen. 1-0. Elo Eating will secure their first round of defense.
Things could just be quite tough for them to play around with here. Looking at how all of this is spanning out, you gotta be careful. Tex. This guy is on something else. That confidence that he felt coming out of map number 2, you better be sure that it's carrying over to map number 3. But come on, that was just the eco round. Let the guy cook, because the buy round is where he needs to be the proper chef. Can he make it happen though? That's gonna be the tough call.
If you smell what Wolfie's cooking, maybe we could see some precise headshots, but no, it's Element X. Still getting control and Izzy with the follow-up. It's just tough. Mid-control. That's the main thing I was worried about, you know? Mid-control on Shot Dust is so powerful, because even if you do get control on the A side and decide to go in with the default plant, if the CTs have control on A shot, they can just deny the plant quickly. Unless and until if they have smoke to block line of sight. That's the only thing that they could do. Incendiaries once again. And in Shot Dust, we will see the mid control from Elo Eating. They don't want to give away the mid control, because if they do, they cannot proceed with this post plant. And that smoke plant will definitely help them. Minute left. Here comes Izzy. The element of surprise. He will survive. There's no trade. Oh man, this is definitely not a good proposition. But there's no trade. They can just easily use smoke to block lines of sight and the denial too. We even have the defuse kit as well. You don't have to worry about anything. Elo Eating, my goodness, all the way from 9-1. Never did I imagine on map number 3 could end up on a 4-0, folks.
I mean, Hakuna Matata?
What a wonderful phrase.
Yeah, that's basically what Elo Eating just said after losing out on match number 1. Oh no, this is a bit too strong. You gotta be careful about stuff like that, but Element X just did not care. The guy got burned up to a crisp and he just casually ran out and got a free headshot. Wolfie, he wasn't even ready for that. And now with the boost play coming in as well for Izzy, they have the bomb, they have everything under control. You have nothing to really worry about here anymore.
Yeah, man. Info for Elo Eating. They have the confirmation on the plan. They don't want to risk it. That's the main reason why you see is being used. And the confirmation on the kill too. Izzy. Headshot removes Godslayer off of the equation. 5-0 in the first half of Shot Dust. High likelihood chances this could end up in a shot. 9-1. Maybe my Casa's curse was effective. You know, I said it could go all the way to OT, and turns out it might not happen unless and until Precision 1 responds back with a bang, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to do exactly that. A shot once again. They have mid-control. Precision 1 should know about this. And Element X is just so precise with his shots. How does he get that? My God.
Dude. No, dude.
There's no way Elo Eating is gonna end up on a 9-1. There's no way.
If this happens, this is the biggest slap to the face that you could give after losing out on the first map as a 9-1. If this is the answer coming in from Elo Eating, they're true pioneers to their name.
Man, they have to play this very safe. They know that the whole shot control has to be eliminated. They need that keep that side covered. On the bright side, at least it's post plant, so Elo Eating are playing this as safe as possible. Oh, sees one. This has some information though. Major damage though. They still have good smokes and flashes too. Only Izzy has the defuse kit.
Time.
They're losing a lot of time and Precision One is taking a Wolfie. It's beautiful,
Ooh.
beautiful, absolutely beautiful from Wolfie. Patience, adaptation. They know that the entire mid control is still in the hands of Elo Eating. They have to do something about this. They have to play the safe. And Precision One, they might have found out the perfect formula for this.
Possibly. Still, you can't say anything just yet. You have to worry about a lot more positioning wise. It's good, but Wolfie! You can't miss a shot like that, man. You walked into your waiting arms. You were just about to give him a hug. In the process of giving a hug, you made a snow angel instead. You gotta be careful about those ones. Elo Eating. They're now looking for the final frag, and they're gonna be able to get it 7-1.
Oh man.
There is no way, right?
We're about to find out in second half, Faggy. We're about to find that out in the second half, because it's Precision's time to defend. And Godslayer is yet to make a statement here because he hasn't secured a kill just yet. But maybe this could cause a major change because Element has decided to pick a Molotov. That's actually an interesting one to look at. Once again, mid control. They still need to be careful on the 90s angle. Plant needs to happen, but the difference is safe plant. Yeah, it will be safe plant. They don't have any utilities to go alongside with. Molotovs has already, already been used. So they just have to rely with gunfight. Post plant Precision One is still in danger. Both of them are currently playing as safe as possible. Defuse. He doesn't have any kit, so he needs to commit for a whole 10 seconds. He needs for the support. Is he? Can he get defuse? No. Committed spray. Denies. Oh boy, Precision One Gaming so close, man. That was so close. Too close for comfort. The commitment
I
was
expected
real.
him to just run around a little bit. He just saw
Yeah,
the defuse. He saw that the person was off the defuse. He could have just waited around the corner, just went in for it again, just kept on popping in and out, in and out, and in and out, because they know that the defuse kit is not existent on the side of Precision One. At least history is not repeating itself and revenge is not being served cold, right? It's 7-2.
That is true. That is true. Again. Molotovs once again. Commitment for a plant. I don't decide to go with a wall bang this time, but no, that's not gonna work. Quick take from Elo Eating. I mean, previous round we saw them trying to go in for a fake Qs, but Wolfie might be able to get the best of it. Yeah. Oh man, that the contention towards mid is just absolutely insane from both the teams. And Izzy only having a Mac 10, only has the flash. Commitment failed. And the FAMAS will do its job. Oh man. Yeah, there you go.
If
They're
he
going
got
to the
that
defuse
kill.
too.
Yeah, if
And
he
if
got
he
that
gets
kill,
the
this was a
kill, yeah.
guaranteed.
This was a guaranteed match point for Elo Eating, yeah.
Getting close to winning a lot of these rounds, but just not enough. Now with the kits coming out as well from the side of the counter-terrorists, it's even more difficult to take fights properly because Godslayer is just so quick on the trigger. The man just knows what to expect and what to do. Even gets an upgrade for himself to pick up an AK. So he's more than happy with how this round turned out for him.
Yep. And now Elo Eating needs to be, prepped and ready for that incendiary throw from the ladders. They only have two decisions. Douse off the flames and push aggressively towards the site, or once again gain mid control. That grenade will deal major damage. Oh boy, look at that damage. Smoke to follow it up. Both Izzy and Element X are not looking good when it comes to their health. They only have a dig, but he needs to be precise. Element needs to be precise. Once again, slowly As we see Elo Eating pushing towards the side, they have to be committed for the plant. Turns out Godslayer is the only one left. Actually, it's Element X who was the only player left. It was an eco round nonetheless. And now they will commit for a full-on buy this time. They had no other choice though. They had no other choice to go in for an eco round. They try to get some value out of it. They try to, get at least $300 in their hand, mainly because, planting the bomb actually confirms $300. But at least they did what they could. Now this time, they're yet against a standstill. CTs on the other hand, once again, mid control is crucial in short dust. And currently CTs are dominating this map right now. Element needs to be careful with the situation just yet, but now they do. Easy gets the important kill, and that's Wolfie down for the count. Godslayer still has the defuse kit. He could wait for the T side to proceed with post plant. Maybe try to take out the planter first and then proceed with the second. You need to be careful for the trade outs, but you don't have to worry anything about that. Element X will gladly get that kill, and Elo Eating are one step closer to securing the spot in Delhi. Such important rounds. Precision 1 Gaming, they can still come back. They still have great amount of money in their hands right now. $8,000. I mean, this was more of like a bonus round buy for them. So even if they lose this round, they still have great money. They have good utilities from their end. And Elo Eating, they need to make sure that this clutch would not happen, but you also need to be careful on mid control. Once again, it's Wolfie. That's 1 second. Oh, a peek and a shot to the head. It's just Element. He needs to find Godslayer. It's always that tough situation for the T side, especially when it's a 1v1. They need to secure the plant. They need to force Precision 1 Gaming on post plant. And Godslayer knows that they have to go in for the plant too. It's just the game of infos. You only require 4 seconds to proceed with post plant. You only need 4 seconds. Take your time. Godslayer just knows. There you go, the plant's been given, but no sounds will be given too. So Godslayer has no idea that he's in the site. Not a plant just yet, but Godslayer gets it. Oh, man, so close, man. That was too close. Too close for comfort. Precision 1, great at being very patient. They know that Elo Eating has to proceed towards the side. They know they have to go for post plant. And mid is definitely off the charts for Elo Eating. But whoa, what a commitment! What a commitment from Element X. Forcing on a 1v1. Breaking the defensive line of sight. All Easy has to do is just secure this. And it's golden. He gets the spot. But Precision 1, they're not going to give up that easily. They will play it accordingly to time. They will play it as safe as possible. Both lines of sights blocked. Molotov and a plus. But now he sees the head. Ah, Godslayer. So patient. Such great awareness. And please don't tell me the amount of predictions I do. Please don't. I just hope that my prediction wouldn't end up being true, but it could end up in an OT match point, folks. 8-7, Elo Eating. They're losing the grasp of reality. And once again, you could see the pressures being given towards Elo Eating. They have no idea that they push all the way towards mid, but now they do. Godslayer gets one. Is he? Oh my goodness, he gets it! Denies it! What a close round! They have finally broken the curse. All they had to do was just secure this win. Elo Eating, congratulations. They will head off to the LAN event Delhi. Congratulations towards them. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at those highlights, folks. All the way towards precision, all the way towards cobblestone, lake, and short dust. Man, was it a close match. Elo Eating had, they just got 9-1 on cobblestone from Precision 1 Gaming, and next thing you know, they bring it back by winning Lake and map number 3, which could have gone all the way to overtime. What they did not expected was a double commitment towards mid in short dust and ending up securing it. This was very crucial for Elo Eating. You know, losing first map on a 9-1 and then coming back winning 9-7 in the series. Man, I seriously cannot wait to see what's going to happen in the LAN event. That is for sure, folks. And also make sure to check out Lenovo 5i Pro G. Link is in the description below, and also make sure to tune into our socials regarding updates with with the LAN event for dynamic duos. But boy, oh boy, was it a very close match, that I can guarantee you there. Wow. I'm just I'm just speechless at this point. The plays that I saw from Element X securing that huge plays from the USP to 9-7 in short dust, with Izzy securing the final kill. It was I mean, the thing was that it was perfectly lined. Elo, I mean, Precision One Gaming had no clue that they were going to push all the way towards mid. They thought that they would rush all the way towards the A side, and they made good use of that opportunity. Let's take a look at the highlights. Actually, not the highlights, the scoreboard once again for Short Dust. Elo Eating, 13 kills to Element X, an impressive performance. This guy just went nuts. Izzy with 7, Godslayer and Wolfie, great performance on map number 1 and also on the CT side too. Great map awareness, great patience from Godslayer, but unfortunately it was too much when that collision happened from the side itself. There was some wrong predictions being made, and Precision One unfortunately took a heavy fall, 9-7. And that concludes match number 2, folks. But we still have one more to go. We still have Deadly Duo versus Jode. There's only one seat left. Who will it take? I mean, will it be Deadly Duos or will it be Jode? We just have to find out with this short little break, folks. So don't go anywhere. Well, yes. Yeah, we will be going to a short break, but yeah, we just have to go into the schedule once again, folks. Yeah, there you go. Match number 3 for a moment. Yeah, Deadly Duo versus Jode. Yeah, there you go. We just forgot about that. The schedule itself, match number 3. Now we have our two final. I mean, we have our two finalists, folks. We have Wicked Gaming, second, Elo Eating, and now the third, which has already been going through offline, Rat Syndicate, which unfortunately had a forfeit being made from Reckoning Esports. So Rat Syndicate will have a spot. And now the final matchup between Deadly Duo versus Jord. Now we'll definitely be taking a short break and we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, we can run away. You say you want to. You wanna go back, wanna go back. You wanna go back to a place where we can hide. You wanna
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lenovo Tech World India Edition presents Dynamic Duos Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Your boy Aggressive is back with Baba Gusta on his side, and I did have a little bit of a technical difficulty on my end right before the end of the match, but from what Baba told me, it was a little bit of a close back and forth victory coming for the side of Elo Eaters. And honestly speaking, Precision 1, they did phenomenally when it came down to map number 1, but as the maps continued, you know that the level of confidence that the members of Elo Eating were feeling just completely took over the server. It snowballed out of control, and Precision 1 just could not stop the rippling effect that it had on them. Mentally, they were down. They were not able to hold down strong. And Elo Eaters, they're the ones to head on down over to the LAN. We now have 3 teams, and here with the final matchup in front of your screen soon enough, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be witnessing the last team who will deserve to take this victory and head over to Delhi. I'm excited to see this one, man, because Deadly Duos, we know how good they are. They're household names. But Jod, what do they have in store for us? I don't believe we have tested a single game coming out from that team.
Yeah, well, we get to see that right now. Starting off with the map bans, Lake is just banned right out of the bat, which means that Cobblestone, Chalice, and Short Dust. Cobblestone and Short Dust, we're going to see that map very often, even in our LAN event too. But if there is a best of 5 or a best of 3, you have to pick at least one of them. So it's either Lake, Boyard, or Chalice, and Jode has made a decision to bring Chalice. An interesting map. This is the second time we're going to see Map Chalice being brought out in the history of dynamic duos for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. But all in all, this is actually the final match for the quarterfinals. The winner of this will have the final spot to the LAN event, which is going to happen in Delhi. And also make sure to, make sure to follow up our socials on Instagram, Facebook. Link is in the description below. And also make sure to check out the newest laptop for Lenovo 5i Pro, Lenovo Legion 5i Pro. Everything, link is in the description below. Make sure to check it out. But now, let's just focus back on the match between Team Deadly Duo versus Jod. Deadly Duo will pick map Cobblestone, whereas Jod, Jod will be the one to bring map Chalice. So let's just not waste any time at all, folks, and proceed to the matchup. Knife rounds have already been completed, which means Jod will be playing on defense first. And it's Bullet and Buster, the Deadly Duos, back in map Cobblestone.
They did have a pretty tough time when we were watching them last time around, though. Went to overtime over overtime. But hopefully that's not going to be the case here. But Rapid, okay, just sat down, took off his silencer, and just killed 2 players. What?
That was just quick. All the way from B long. Now Deadly Duos needs to be very careful about this because Revan on the other hand has a max 7 and a grenade, which in fact won't be able to deal major damage, but he has good information. Best to not go in for the peak, but he does it anyways. Oh, confirmed headshot. Second will be done
Max
as well.
7 energy.
Revan, yep, max 7 energy. That's the thing you should be worried about, especially in the tunnels aside. If you see a max 7, well, you best run away as soon as you can, because he cannot contest it in short range, especially if he has that great angle. And talking about it, pushes again with the max 7. Revan this time will be on B long. Doesn't have the information, he does now, but the flashes try to provide some good info, but ends up getting shot to the head. And his kill switch left in a 1v2. This time Deadly Duo has found an opening, and they will gladly use it to full extent. 2-1. Jod will secure 2 rounds on defense, and for Deadly Duo, this win will make them put themselves back up on track. As Cobblestone, we've seen Deadly Duo face major issues on Cobblestone, but this time it's a best of 3. So even if they do secure map Cobblestone, they still have to be worried about the other 2 maps. Oh, great shot from Revan. To find out there a second one too. Yes, information would be given because the smoke didn't cover exactly as he'd expected it to be. And that information would be more than enough for Jod to establish that to establish the important lines of sight, and Revan won't be having any problem at all to deal with those short range gunfight itself. So Jod is looking very powerful this time. 3-1, and for Deadly Duos, they are currently looking very difficult in the B side.
Going to be a little bit more of a problem from the other side of things, though. Jod. They have so many different angles to play around with, and with this open hand, that could be an even more deadly duel for them to deal with. Op already found out the first, and now they're looking for even more here. He's holding down the angle, the lines are perfect, and he has a gap in the smoke to play with. That's the body shot that he was hoping for. A wall through, though. Gonna be tough to break into, but Buster, looking to bust down some doors. A pre-fire could be good, and god damn it, Buster! Give it up for the bad when it comes down to his raw mechanical skill. He has the timing and he has the hit for it too. But still, he's low on HP, and he still has 40 seconds to play around with. He needs to go in for a wrap all the way from CT to make this one work. Will he be able to do it though, Baba? That's a big ask.
Well, when you see a headshot like that, pretty sure that this clutch could be vital for Deadly Duos. What's gonna happen? Oh man! Yup. Kill switch, unaware of Buster's location. And we will see Deadly Duo secure this important clutch. 3-2. And for Jod, what will be the response? Interestingly, we will see Kill Switch only have Kevlars. No helmet as well. Molotovs definitely did, expected it to go. I mean, it was supposed to bounce all the way to long. So Revan needs to get control as soon as possible, because they have to be careful though, especially when you have Bullet, who's just so on point with those headshots. And since it was a very expensive buy from Jod, having an op in hand definitely broke down their economy. So more Bullet, all it requires is just a shot to the head, but unfortunately he will miss his second chance. But now it will be Revan who will secure it. Buster, on the other hand, will secure it through the grave with the Molotovs. Still alive though, 1v1. Revan, on the other hand, he's the only one who could put Jod in a good lead. 4-2 should be their main focus, but Buster is determined. All it requires is just a shot to the head. That is forcing Revan to be at a very soft spot. He doesn't need to raise position yet. Play accordingly to time, and Buster finds the head. 3-3. Score counts equalized, and Jod, once they had the opportunity of a very great lead, and now Deadly Duo, they've snatched it. Oh boy, kill switch. And 2 nades, but both of them are still alive. But that Zeus, the power of thunder, could steal Deadly Duos' morale boost. They are not careful about this. Molotov once again, information being given, and kill switch still in the same spot. They think that they've fallen back all the way towards CP. This could be huge. No, Zeus misses it. Oh no, a disaster for kill switch. He was so patient, but he missed the timing. And now it's just Revan. And now it's just Rev. Apologies. Left in a 1v2. The Max 7, very powerful in close range. Monster, he knows exactly where he's playing. There you go. Smokes dissipates. Rev goes out. And Deadly Duo, they will steal the round lead. 4-3 in the first half as we proceed to round 8. Oh man, this is interesting though. Scouts and op. I love how Jod is just changing their playstyle, changing weapons one by one. Now it's just long range gunfight. Scouts in hand will tag Buster so much, but it's still not enough. Headshot. Revan just follows it up with a hip fire, which will secure the shot. Both of them are so low on HP, and Buster gets it. Just beautiful. Beautiful peek, beautiful headshot. And he'll be able to end the first half on a 5-3 score line. Second half, it will revert back. But I just love how Jod just changes their strategies. Usually you'd see, a strategic push with smokes and flashbangs. But this team loves to go above and beyond. Max 7, shotguns in long range, scout and op in long range. They would love to take these kinds of risks. But going up against Buster, who is so precise with the headshots, it's going to be very difficult. The bullet, beautiful shot, and the second from Buster. There's not a lot of problems for them to deal with. And for Deadly Duo, they will casually get that round win.
Sorry about that, the small technical difficulties, but I was still watching out the games, and goddamn, Buster and Bullet, they're back in it to win it. Like, after what happened initially, the 3-1 scoreline, I was expecting a lot more problems to start showing up. Deadly Duo not being able to make things work out in the way that they wanted, but now that they have gotten the groove, now that they've settled down into the map, plus being on that CT side is just giving them that little bit of an edge that they required. Bullet so precise when it comes down to his aim, and now kill switch up against the entire world. 2 players staring down the barrel, and there's Tech9 trying to do God's work out here. He needs the taps, and he needs to get them one by one. Timing is key, but he's not able to get anything done. They're just both staring at him. He can't even isolate any of these 1v1s. What is he going to do to try and circumvent this? Is he done for rounds? Possibly, but kill switch takes one with him to the grave. Bullet, good for the kill. And a 3-7 scoreline, regardless though, for the members of Deadly Duo. One more point away from map point here, Baba.
Yep.
Just one more.
1 point away. Just one more. This time, Jord is not really going in for the force buy this time. Actually, not a force buy, but they'll at least have some good weapons to defend themselves. And the main thing that they have to worry about has to be towards the tunnels aside. Once again, smokes to block lines of side, instant control as we see Buster secures one. Instant refrag will be made nonetheless. The usual one, long, is exactly what kill switch was worried about, but turns out it was Hank. No, I wasn't on B long. Just a distraction. Oh boy,
pretty smart though.
That was very smart, man. I gotta give him that.
Clean, precise when it comes down to the shots. And Jod, they don't know what to expect. How do you even counteract some of this? The flashes are good, the utility is present, but the raw mechanical skill of Deadly Duo is just so hard to beat. How do you take over fights against this team? You need to play for trades, yeah, but if Deadly Duo's trading is just way better, then you're just done for. Worrying about so much. Bullet already taking that first initial bout of an engagement. But Buster on the other side, looking to maybe find something, but not gonna happen because Killswitch has better timing. Unexpected when it came down to the plays, and with a gun upgrade in their hands, that M4 could just spell doom for the members of Deadly Duo.
Yeah, the nades definitely is not gonna help Bullet. Not having any information, but now he does. It's a crossfire. He knows that the trade-outs will happen, and Killswitch will not waste any time at all. Match point is still in for Deadly Duos, but Jord, they will not give away that win easily. Once again, it's eco round for Deadly Duos. They will be met with heavy resistance. Aggressive push! Oh, Bullet! Somebody stop this man!
His name says it all, a bullet straight to the face. The guy just knows how to hold his crosshair perfectly for these engagements. Now for Buster's time to shine. He has to have the timing for it, and he's able to get the wrap. Timing is good, but the shots are just not as present. He could have waited for the plan to come in fully and then opted for a swing. He would have had the better timing, but lapse in attention and those type of moments can be very costly, but that was a very close eco round. It could have gone either way, with Deadly Duo now sitting at match point. One more round for them to try and finish things off, but Jod is slowly but surely climbing their way back to a possible win. Not gonna be that simple, but this op could just be the thing that they need. And yep, Bullet, especially with that flash coming in from Buster, that's all that he required to shut him down.
They even have confirmation on the bomb too, so they'll just focus on trying to force Killswitch to be in that position.
Bang.
While here comes Buster all the way from behind, and there you go. It's confirmed. 9-5 Deadly Duos will secure their first map on Cobblestone. which means that map number 2, I believe it's either Chalice or Short Dust, which will be the map which will be brought, which will be brought up in the second map itself. But
Chalice.
man, yeah, Chalice will be the second map, and I've got to say that bullet, Jesus man, that eagle shot, my God, it's just, especially on an eco round like that when a guy has so
He has nothing to
much
lose.
utilities in his pockets, if you just get one deed out of nowhere, just imagine the amount of money you invested in that round. AKs, vests, utilities that cost around like $1,000. He had molotovs, he had smokes and flashes, which cost around 300 per utility. And when you see that getting dinked in the head, imagine the amount of value it got just from that one shot. You still got to
I'll
be
be
careful
very
with that, man.
honest. The most destructive thing that could ever happen to you in the game of CS is getting hit with the CS. Oh, sorry, hit with the Deagle, and
Hmm.
on the other side, getting tased by a Zeus.
Yeah.
Those are the two most emotionally damaging things that could ever happen to you. If a person swings out of absolutely nowhere, he's holding a corner, you have such a powerful weapon, you face a deagle and he just taps you randomly. You are trying to play the game. And his raw mechanical skill is that good. He has that much ego that he just doesn't care.
Yeah,
Like,
but this
what
time
does
you,
that make you
yeah,
feel?
emotional damage. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Maggie. I just did not expect you would just pull off that card right away. But let's take a look at the scoreboard once again, folks. Map Cobblestone at the hands of deadly duos, Buster and Bullet. Man, they definitely stay true to their name. 11 kills, 8 kills. Meanwhile, as we take a look at Jod, Rev with a total of 9 kills, and Kill Switch with 6. I still got to admire their perseverance and, the patience that they had to go through to remove one of the players. But man, Bullet was just, he was feeling the shots right now, man. I'm not going to lie. They were just feeling it right now. Raven, I mean, I still got to admit the Max 7 holding towards LT really, forced Deadly Duos to change their strategies a bit. But once they arrived in B long, they started to lose control of that grasps. And that's exactly where, Bullet started to gain much more control of that situation while they were on the T side.
That's a guarantee. Deadly Duo just had a different level of comfort when it comes down to maps like this. When they get the ball rolling in their court, you just cannot stop them. These guys know how to close maps really well. And that is something that most teams can't really say. Closing maps are the most hardest things that could ever happen. You could be the best team in the entire world. You could be in the strongest of leads. For example, I have seen teams in professional level CS who have one out on one. Like, they're winning 14-1, right, Baba? To paint that contrast. They're the best
Mhm.
team, they're supposed to win, no one can stop them. 20 to 25 minutes later, for some goddamn reason, it's on a 14-14 scoreline. This will happen. Teams need to learn how to close maps out, and the teams that can close maps really well are the ones who are able to go in for proper wins. It's not about taking that lead, it's about knowing how to finish things off. And for Deadly Duo, they did that phenomenally. First map, done and dusted. Second map is where things will get a lot more interesting as we head on down over to the Veto. Because we are headed over onto Chalice. Jod is the team that picked this one up. So my hands are up in the air for this one, man. Either or. Because raw mechanical skill, yeah, on this map, it can shine really well, but general and basic map knowledge is a requirement. Do Deadly Duo even know this map? You never really know.
If Jord has picked map as Chalice, they must have picked it for a reason. Because even though Short Dust and Cobblestone will be played, you know, will be shown like every single time, you still got to understand that there has to be that one surprise pick. We saw that same example in the previous matchup when we saw, you know, when we saw the team Precision One Gaming going up against Elo Eating. Elo Eating was the one who picked the map Lake, and it definitely caught Precision One Gaming off guard. So this second map pick from Jord, if they are very confident on map Chalice, this could be the make it or break it moment for them to put us all the way towards the deciders. We've seen that happen
True, true,
once,
true.
but knowing that they're going up against Bullet and Buster, the two most recognizable players in the Counter-Strike history in India, it's going to be a tough. It will be a tough decision for them. So they need to be worried about their economic growth. They have to worry about the gunfights that they have to go up against. See whether if they have to go in accordingly to trades. And now, with the Chalice being opened up on map number 2, Jord currently the ones on match point. Or is it Deadly Duos? I think Deadly Duos were the ones who secured match point. But
Whoa.
okay, not quite sure what exactly happened, but Bullet on the other end. Okay, just
One taps.
he just taps it. 2 taps.
They know me for my one taps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Poor old
He just
Buster was not even
clicked
ready for that.
and click. He just clicked. Pure. It was just so precise.
It's a point and
man.
click adventure.
Yep. It was just. That was quick, man.
Yeah,
Bullet-
it was a point and click adventure game.
Yeah, it was a point and click adventure game. The only problem was that, once it was just a 1v2, Bullet was like, all right, you know what? Let me just calm down and have the play of the game. It's just peeks and just gets to. No flashes, no smokes, no nothing. He sees the head, he clicks it. Next thing you know, we're already up with 1-0.
Yep. It's just the pressure, man. It can be very mounting and it can get to you quite easily if you're not careful. This is one of those scenarios that, okay, 2 players, they ran out. Poor old Buster wasn't even ready for that. He got tapped out of existence. And then you have to worry about the other side of the spectrum. Bullet had Holt's control, peeked out, spotted both of the players because Buster gave him the information. He just casually went in for his raw mechanical skill plays. That's the thing. The level of mechanical skill that the members of Deadly Duo have under their belt is what's really difficult to try and counter. How do you counter a player that is that mechanically skilled? You throw flashes at him, but unless you have a proper flash lineup in mind, it's difficult to do.
Oh man, here we go once again, Bullet. He just went in for a full buy this time. And also a risky buy, 2 Kevlars, Bullet. Man, he didn't even give a chance for that peak. Ref will be so confused right now. I mean, look at the confidence I'm seeing from Bullet right now. Round number 2, you'd usually have a Kevlar armor and a helmet, because usually it's an SMG. You definitely need that helmet. Buster on the other hand, sees the head.
Oh, he doesn't
Wanna go in
knife
for the
it.
knife, but
I
decides-
thought you would knife
Yeah,
it.
I mean, he doesn't want to give disrespect. He will definitely respect the player, though. Rev has made some incredible plays on map Cobblestone, and definitely he doesn't. He didn't want it to, risk it,
Yep. It's important to be in a proper scenario, and my god, that's a lot of damage. Could have been worse, but it's already done better. Kill switch with a swing out just immediately taps them out of existence. The Tech 9 and the Deagle doing work for them. They're gonna be happy about this play. A little bit of a sus spray coming in from Buster. If he got that kill, it would have been way better. They didn't expect the angles to come in like that. And Bullet was just none the wiser. A pretty quick round for one side, but now equal buys from either end. Bullet is the only one that couldn't opt to go in for a buy, but this one Deagle in his hand is just as deadly as a rifle. And Buster, even well. Body shot, he knows.
That wall went up. Yep, he knows. Bullet just gets it. I mean, shooting at that through the wall, putting Rev on 16 HP is definitely a worrying cause, because if you somehow figures out a way to deal less enemy without using any utilities, that is the best value that you can ever get. Smokes and flashes. Okay, kill switch being much more aggressive. Pays the price. That is good. That was a huge risk being taken from this man right here. A good risk. Forcing in a post plant. Bullet. Teague in a dream. Just dodging.
Oh my god! No way, Bullet! No! And that's just a little Giga Chad!
No!
Get this man out of the server. He doesn't deserve to be here. He kills the other player on the other side and then kills the traitor. How? You can't. How can you... I can't even speak. You can't make this up. The man has confidence to do stuff like this? In what way, shape, and form? Why even? The guy strafes out left side, pulls out the deagle. He doesn't even have a proper weapon and he still two taps them out of existence. Granted, one of the players was on low HP, but still, that trade is very difficult to get.
And that with the... Oh, man. Good shots, though, from Rev. But his bullet, once again, has good info this time. No flashes being tossed around. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna give the site to Jod. Flash is being used. Bullet just playing it as patiently as possible. He has the kit. All it requires is just 5 seconds defense. He's gonna play it as safe as possible and kill switch. Denied the instance he looks at it. But my god, Bullet. How do you get away with the kills like that, man? Jesus. 4-2 deadly duos are looking strong in the first half, but Jod on the other hand, they're not going to give away that easily. Flash is being used. Bullet just finds 2 great infos, and all Buster had to do is just get in towards that position. There you go. Headshot, Buster gets it, and deadly duos still in a huge lead. 5-2.
It's just a rundown of players. Look at that, Bullet. Just so confident in the fact that his teammates on the other side. There's nothing to really worry about. Buster paying off his teammates' contact. Found the perfect off angle to make it work as well. Switch though, using utility a bit more to try and force Bullet off of these particular angles. Too much to worry about. The spam's probably gonna catch him. Not really happening just yet. Now Buster, he's also playing with fire. Nate for good riddance. Doesn't really find a lot of damage there. But with a double up towards the side, the members of Jod, they could just have a timing for this.
Oh boy.
But Buster,
Flashes.
risk is the name of the game for him. Swing out from the side, but Revan's gonna be good for it. He expects to play, and he's able to capitalize.
There you go. 5-3. Huge mistake for Bullet to be in that position. Especially once the Molotov gave away his positioning, you saw that he just fully went in to go in for a committed pre-fire, hoping that he would remove Bullet out of the equation. Even though he did not, putting himself at a major disadvantage to just 30 HP is not a good bait to, push all the way towards A long. He did kind of made a huge mistake on pushing towards it, but nonetheless, it was looking good. Flick attempt from Bullet. Still, that gets picked out quite. Nonetheless, Rev, oh boy, that is definitely gonna hurt for him.
That's a Buster moment right there.
Yep. Bust heads one by one.
It's been a while since I last see the player pull out the MP5. Granted, that is my weapon of choice when it comes down to ecos. A little bit of a sus flash, but I guess it's fine. Nothing to really worry about. Running on down over towards the sides. They do have some MP9s to play with, but these weapons, they have a little bit of a kick to them unless you hit that first initial headshot. It's crucial to find these plays together as terrorists, but this spread out play from deadly duos could just backfire if they don't reconcile and just play together as a team soon.
Currently, Jod is playing as safe as possible. They know it's Mac 10s. It's SMG versus SMG. They need to play as hard as possible. Don't give them the side control. And Rev, he needs to reload. Kill switch needs to provide him a bit of cover, in which he exactly does. It's 1v2. Buster in a very difficult spot. The MP5 ST, even though it's great at short range, you still got to be careful on certain locations, and that is the trade from Kill Switch. Actually, from Rev. Patience is king. 6-4. Jod, they are fighting back this time.
Yeah, Bullet went in a bit too preemptively. There was no way Buster could have traded him there. They needed a better angle for that fight. And Deadly Duo, they are paying the price for it very slightly with their own lives. And Revan, capitalizing on the missed shots, going to be able to find that kill. Now Bullet, what's the game plan here? Good for the first, but he's not going to be good for the second. He has no info on it. Good eco regardless though, because now they're able to go in for the proper full buys with the AKs in their hands. And these AKs, they need to bear fruit right here and right now, because Jod, if they're able to take this, not only are they able to equalize, they also then have a stable economy to play. And that eco could just spiral out of control.
Yep, the opening pick from Buster has the second info. The smokes will be used too, but the thing about it is that the C4 is still at the hands for Bullet. The only difference is that he doesn't have any information. The bright side is that he knows that Rev has been tagged. Just pick for info, go for plant, force Jaw to be in a post-plant situation, and that's pretty much it. But unless and until if he doesn't have that information first, if he cannot confirm the information,
Ringing around the
then
rosy.
going in for a plant, yeah, exactly. It's just a ring around the rosy. He couldn't even go in for a smoke plant at that too, so he needs to get this kill. There's no other choice. If he goes in for a committed plant, then Rev would just easily get the kill, no matter the cost.
Info.
There you go.
Smart. These are the situations that you just do not bring in utility into play whatsoever. Just need to hope for the best and run into the side, because that is technically what you really need to do. This is one of those maps that you won't really have a proper timing or a sense of from time to time. It's gonna be a tough one to break into now though, because Deadly Duo, their economy has taken a pretty hefty hit. Stuck down to only Deagles. Does find the shot, Buster! Wait a minute! These Deagle shots are just so good from this team, and they're making things work. Last player's already been spotted, and they're gonna be able to run it down through. Footsteps already being given away. So Jod, they're giving away all the information, and the gun's now in the hands of the terrorists.
Ow. That was a ding to the head, and Buster is somehow alive. It was a wall bang, but no kills, which might have a chance. This is looking good, Buster. Oh man, that M4 could have been the make it or break it moment. So he's gonna go in for a defuse. Smoke defuse this time. Oh no, wall bangs, but no, actually not a wall bang. Shot through the smoke. Kills which has the info. Just beautifully played. Played accordingly to info. He also has a lot of seconds to go in for this defuse. Great patience from Killswitch. Jod will make sure to put themselves back on the lead, 6-7. But this round is coming for a hefty price, I'm not gonna lie. Securing that headshot provides a good amount of money at that too, and Bullet is just bringing the full stop here, folks. An op in hand, which means that Ref might be in big trouble if he doesn't have that information regarding this. Oh boy, pick's been made, and now they know. Now they know.
They're not even going to contest these long-range fights anymore because they have their information. Slow and steady wins the race here for the members of Jod. But with this timing from Bullet, he's pushing up this far with an op? Buddy, they can hear your scope. They already know you're this close. And that will hurt. People do forget from time to time that scoping in with an op makes a lot of noise. And that noise can easily give away your position. Now Buster, he's up to the plate. We can see them, and Buster's good for the first. That's a hefty kill for him. And he's able to find the plant as well off of this. No footsteps being given. Fake plant to maybe draw out some attention. No one's giving him anything. Buster, he has the read. He just needs to find the shot here. Gonna be difficult to get it though, regardless of it. Footsteps coming in from the side. Bombsman already planted. Jiggle from one. He's going for the swing, and he's expecting this to happen. Eagle in hand. He needs and Buster with spray. The control is there. Cool as a cucumber, and as deadly as a bee. He finds the sting, and he's able to keep it alive for his squad. No more match point just yet. And Jod, they're stuck on the deep end. They don't have money. They're forced into FAMASs and MP9s.
Man. What a clutch though. What a clutch from Buster. He's just patient with his peaks. He didn't even commit it for the kill. He only committed for the info. And Trevor, on the other hand, thinking of pushing in through the smoke. Oh, he has the smoke. The smoke dissipated at the wrong time, and here comes Buster for the recovery. Trades will be made.
He has
He needs to get this kill in, which he does. So close, man. So close. Oh, boy. That SMG, not quite sure what exactly happened. The commitment for the AK spray definitely did not help Buster at all. Match point for Jord. This could go to map 3, man.
Good chance, but Bullet has something else to say about it here. Already with the first kill, this could just be the case of overtime. They have the buddy system in place. That's a 2 versus 1 out on any situation, and Buster makes sure he keeps it alive for his squad. It's time for overtime, ladies and gentlemen. As Deadly Duos and Jod, they are going toe-to-toe against one another when it comes down to this map. Shots being missed, mistakes being made, and mistakes being capitalized upon. Both of these teams know what to do, but the thing is, who will be able to adapt and learn faster? 3 rounds consecutively is what they need to get. Otherwise,
Look at that pressure from Deadly Duo, man. Yeah, look at the pressure, though. This time they're just going all into the site. Smoke plant it is. My god, Rev. They know that there's an op play. Smoke needed help. They just need to recover back. But no, Rev gets one kill, Switch gets the other. Ooh, not quite sure if it was a good idea for that peak. They could have just played it as safe as possible. Once they heard the op shot, it could have been just best to just play it safe. Let them reveal the location first and then head in for the peak. But turns out they thought they would have got the kill once Rev missed the shot, but the smoke definitely did not help them.
Yep. Doesn't look that good from one side. Deadly Duo, they need to try and win this round to maybe send it down into overtime number 2. Gotta give them an opportunity to take. And Rev, that ult's not gonna be able to. The spray's gonna be better from Bullet. And he does find the final kill up. 9-9 as we head on down over into overtime number 2, ladies and gentlemen. 2 rounds consecutively, and after the round swap, you need to get 1 more on the opposite side to take a win. And in overtime number 2, what's the game plan here? What is the game plan? Golden and Buster, they're the ones on the CT side. So, what did they have in mind?
Yeah, the CT. Yeah. Man, ops in hand. Jeez. On a map like Chalice, this is starting to get tense. It's just the game of infos. They haven't given away their positionings just yet, and Killswitch has gone deep within the site. He's the one who has the bomb in hand. It looks like the shot has been given from Bullet. Will give away his positioning, but just not yet. Just going to play accordingly to time. Play accordingly with info, and Killswitch currently might have the advantage if he finds one of the players.
You can get up there?
Oh no, there was a jump attempt. His position might be revealed though. This might be
Buster's
tough.
so patient with this. That is such a strong angle that you can take a fight in. The flashes are gonna get popped. They're expecting them to push out. But Buster is giving them so much information that he's gonna be able to wait this one through. Bullet, just don't do anything. You just have to wait. Bullet just waits for the contact peak. And Buster, one with good kill for him, and then Bullet with the immediate contact play is gonna be able to turn around. That is so smart the way that they played this. Their IQ gets them through another round.
Oh Jesus, Bullet.
That is desperate. That was a desperate peak.
Really is.
He's not even gonna
Now
expect it.
Buster, he's not gonna expect it. Oh man. Yikes. Jord. It was a great performance from Jord on Chalice. They really showed that map number 2 could have been theirs. But the thing about Deadly Duos is that they adapted so quick. Even with the ops in hand, I mean, at the overtime, it was just all out, Ops from
True.
both of the sides. There was desperate peaks, desperate attempts from Jord, hopefully to remove Bullet out of the play. But Bullet, man, he is something else. 1v2 clutch on the CT side with the Deeg in hand, and that too just spray transfer to one guy to the other. It's just you only have 7 chances, and next thing you know, Bullets just does the impossible. He just does the impossible, just like that, man.
He just takes out the op, and he casually just sends them over.
Mhm.
It's something that you can't always quantify. The way that Bullet plays, the man knows how to hit his shots. And if you allow him to take a fair one-on-one gunfight, 9 out of 10 times he's going to win. You cannot give him that opportunity to take you on in a 1v1. Just make him uncomfortable with utility, use a smoke, get an off angle. You need something of an advantage to go up against him. And for a lot of the rounds, Jod did that. But at the very end, I do believe they just lost hope. Revan started running through a molly.
Yep.
That made no sense. You can't do stuff like that. I know, I understand you wanted to make a much more risky play so you can get the cross and catch them off guard, possibly getting a kill onto Buster. But when the members of Deadly Duos had a system in play, when they understood how to play the map of Chalice well, what points of entry and what points of contact is so important for them to hold, you can see they adapted really well. And that's where the experience comes in. They have been playing Counter-Strike for years upon end. Yeah, of course, they're rusty, but they're professional players on another title. They know how to adapt, they know how to learn, and they know how to play for the long haul. And that experience paid massively. And here we already have the final team that have made it over to the LAN. 4 teams
Yep.
already chosen, prepped and ready to get onto a plane and fly over to Delhi tomorrow. And we're going to be having our grand finals on Thursday after they're all settled in. So make sure to pack a toothbrush and get your mouse, get your keyboard, and get everything here, the members of Deadly Duo, because you guys are headed off to Delhi.
Yep. Congratulations for them. And for Bullet, I do have to admit his performance was absolutely amazing. But sure, he did
Buster,
also make a lot
man.
of mistakes. Yeah, Buster on the other hand, man, he was also insane too. But yeah, talking about Bullet, I do have to talk about his mistakes, like the one that he was trying to hold the long hallways where it was both where one of it had like an incendiary grenade and he chose to stay in there, losing a lot of HP and plus giving away his position. The first mistake, and the second was trying to scope with his op, where one of the players on the side of CT knew exactly where his location was. Sure, Bullet had made a lot of mistakes, and Jod definitely did ended up securing those mistakes that Bullet did. But also, let's not forget, when it comes to individual plays, both Bullet and Buster showed how it's done. And look at the balance, dude, from the scoreboard: 14 kills to both Bullet and Buster. Meanwhile, as we take a look at Jode's side, kill switch with 12 kills and Rev with a total of 10. Great performance being made from Jod, amazing performance, but unfortunately they have to bow out of the competition. And wish Deadly Duo the best of luck for them heading towards the LAN event in Delhi. So we already have our 4 teams, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off with team number 1, it will be Team Wicked Gaming, I believe, and then match number 2, Team Elo Eating map, the team number 3, the Rat Syndicate, and of course our last team, Deadly Duo, which were these will be our 4 teams proceeding towards the Delhi's biggest LAN event for Counter-Strike Global Offensive Dynamic Duos. Also, folks, make sure to check out the Lenovo Legion 5i Pro, and also make sure to tune into our socials. Everything link is in the description down below, folks. Go ahead and check it out. Until then, we'll be taking our leave for today. This will be me as Baba Gusta and my co-caster Aggressive with our broadcaster Assassin 47, and we will see you guys at the Grand Finals LAN event in Delhi. Until then, take care, have fun, and we'll see you guys in day after tomorrow.
I do believe that we have a
Yeah,
little
I
bit more
think.
time.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think we still have a lot of time. Yeah, I do have to apologize once again. I mean, I believe this is the second time I just went into was like a silent statue T pose for like 5 to 6 seconds. But yeah, all in all, I've got to admit the. Yeah, make sure to make sure to tune in towards the grand finals for dynamic duos for Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which will happen for day after tomorrow. Like Aggressive said, the 4 teams definitely would require a good long break, transportation time for tomorrow. And next thing all 4 teams will be prepped and ready in day after tomorrow itself. But yeah, we just got the confirmation, so we'll be taking our leave for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you guys in day after tomorrow again. Stay care. Take care.